Hello and welcome to our final episode of the year of Tribunal of the Grill. We talk about all things Power Rangers, including the actors that play them. So my name is Brandon.
My name is Lena.
And I'm Will.
And I'm Aaron, aka ASD Classified.
As you have realized, we have a guest today. We have a ASD Classified. We got Aaron in the building. Ooh. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Brandon?
I'm doing wonderful. I am a little on edge, but it's okay. It's okay. Listen, so we're gonna try to keep this real short, sweet, and to the point. However, you know how we get. But also at the same time, this is a very special episode because, like I said before, this is our final episode of the year, right? This is the 100th episode.
Crazy final episode of the year. The 100th episode. Like
the pandemic got us here.
Will was like, oh, in the beginning, we were like not with it. We would record and then like have gaps, and then we would record again, and then everything went missing. And then the pandemic happened and it whipped us into shape.
It really did. It was just like, partly also it was because, Muggs was home. So it was like, well, we ain't got a choice now.
We had nothing to do. We're like, well, I guess now is a great time to start recording and produce some episodes, you know?
Okay. And we are now at 100. Now, we did not plan this at all. Like, it really didn't happen this way.
Honestly.
It just happened.
We seem organized, but the reality is we're actually not.
we're not. It just so happened that literally our 100th episode fell right here. So,
yep. So there's that. So congratulations to us. Like, oh my God. Like, I just feel like this has been a very incredible year, and I'm so glad we got through it, and in a good way. And we got to do so much this year with our podcast, and, just having like Aaron coming back and like just having so much to talk about, just so much supporters coming out and just really connecting with us too. Like, it's just been incredible.
It really has. Aaron, so of course the people, obviously, like if they listen to us, they've heard you before, and I'm pretty sure they also know who you are and what you do. But for the people in the back who don't, like, give us just a quick rundown of like, what you do and your handles, where they can find you and all that good stuff.
Okay, no problem. So I'm pretty much a Power Ranger YouTuber. It wasn't always that, but I am now. I just mostly talk about Power Rangers, and I do episode reviews, season reviews. I do Power Ranger topics now. So yeah, I'm on a lot of social media. I'm on YouTube, obviously, ASD Classified. Also on Twitter, Instagram. Now I'm on TikTok. So yeah, if you want to hear me discuss Power Rangers, you can go ahead and check me out.
All right. And that's under the same handle, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So remember that is ASD Classified. You can find him on all the things under that handle. And yes, check him out. He is hilarious. And we have reposted a lot of the things that he has done. So yeah, definitely check him out. He's hilarious. And yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it. Now on to today's episode, because I'm going to tell y'all right now, today's episode is a ranking episode. So I'm pretty sure some of y'all will be disappointed with some of the places that we put some of your favorite seasons, but you may agree, you may not agree. I don't know. When I was doing the ranking, when I was organizing everything, I'm not even gonna lie to you, there are some that I was just like, now what is this, honey? Because I felt some kind of way. I'm not even gonna hold you, especially when I started seeing Zio. I was like, I know you fucking lying. So yes, I got some words, but so let's just go ahead and get right into it. Now, there are ties everywhere, so we're gonna have to break these ties. First and foremost, starting at number 23, right? It's a tie. I don't know how the hell the bottom is a tie.
Wow.
But the bottom is a tie. So for number 23, we have Ninja Steel and Megaforce with 88 points. Oh, before we go there, right? Before we go there, just for the people in the back who don't know how we do the ranking. So basically, what we do is we write down from whatever number. So basically, we have what we did was we didn't do each super season separately. So like, i.e., for example, Super Samurai, Super Megaforce, we didn't do any of them. We combined them all as one season. So Super Samurai is included with Samurai, Megaforce is included with Super Samurai, etc. Now, the ones we did separate was Mighty Morphin season 1, 2, and 3, and Alien Rangers. So that is a separate one on its thing on its own. So in total, it came up to be 23. So what I did was I had everybody go ahead and organize each one from the least to the most that they liked. And basically, whatever number it fell in, I added that all together. So, for example, everybody put Megaforce and Super Ninja Steel towards the very bottom, which when I added them all together, it came up to be 88 for both. So that's how we got the tie, and so on and so on. So that's how you figure it out, right? So onward with the show. So that's how we got here with those two. How are we gonna break this? Because I mean, both of them, I personally don't think that Megaforce is like the bottom of the bottom. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Like, what y'all think? Like, what does it give?
It's really hard for me to say because I have the least knowledge of Megaforce because that's when I just stopped. So I've seen a little bit of Ninja Steel. And I really like the cast. And this is controversial. I like the 25th anniversary special. So that kind of edged that out. That season is still low on my list. It was number 20 on my list, Ninja Steel, but Megaforce, they didn't do nothing that whole season. And then that damn 20th anniversary episode, what was that? That was slap in the face. Megaforce is at the bottom for me.
What is it giving y'all? So Will gave his point of view. What is it giving for the rest of y'all? What's up?
Ninja Steel was absolutely at the bottom of my list. And
amen.
I think Megaforce is like right above it. Like they're both at the bottom. Ninja Steel is the worst. I just dislike Ninja Steel. It is horrible. The writing, it talks down to you every time because they're trying to, I guess it's promoted to 3-year-olds because it talks down to you. They repeat every single line they say. And I really, really dislike it. Like really dislike it. It is boring. If it was not an anniversary season, no one would even remember it. I hate that season. Hate it. Not even Tommy and Morphin Master can save that. I hate it.
It was bad. It was definitely bad. Here's my issue, right? Here's my issue. And this is why I'm kind of like on the, like, okay. So yes, all right. So Ninja Steel for me is definitely going to, I think we should keep Ninja Steel at the bottom, 23 for sure. I think we should keep it there only because of the fact that they did my girl Haley wrong. I am not forgiving them. And I've said this plenty of times on this podcast. I am not forgiving them for that Sheriff Skyfire episode. I am not forgiving them for that because how dare you do an episode like that in the height of police brutality in this country, and yet and still you do an episode where it is about respecting authority and respecting the authority figures like the police. Like what? And you do that with a black girl? Oh my God.
And they blatantly had him just being illogical and on a power trip.
Illogical.
It's like the police.
Like, here's the gag. How many times did that girl bring that damn dog to school? Like, she brought that dog to school almost every episode. And you mean to tell me you ain't never seen her bring this dog into this school before ever? Now, if you did, now you ain't doing your job, just say that. Sounds a lot like the police. Excuse me. Now, You act as if you ain't never seen this girl bring this doll to school, even though she brought it to school almost every episode. And then you're gonna write her up, and then she's like, "Well, I've done this a lot. Like I've always brought this doll." And then she's like, "Oh well, since you always brought it, here's more detention." What? What? My God! I said I can't, and you do this with the black girl too. And then they all try to make excuses for. Nah, no, can't do it.
No.
So yeah, Ninja Steel is always gonna be on the bottom for me.
Oh my
God,
sure. It's funny how you mentioned that because like I don't know how I should have ranked that because I didn't like them both, and I wanted them both to be at the bottom.
I mean, it's whatever you like the least or dislike the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm not gonna lie, Ninja Steel really made me cringe.
Okay.
It was just like everything about it, you know, even with like the Prestons. Oh my God. All the Prestons episodes is a no-go for me.
First of all, not him, not his daddy. His daddy and that whole wishing tree foolishness. I'm like, I can't. Right? I can't with this. This is too much.
And Brody, I'm sorry. No.
It's a no.
No, I'm sorry. Brody, no. Like Brody, no. Who else? Like I feel like the only people I really genuinely liked their character was Haley and her dog. Calvin is no. Especially the dog.
The worst boyfriend in history.
The dog the dog kind of saved the show for me. It was the dog.
The dog was adorable. Like,
the dog was like the star of the show. Like Calvin was a horrible boyfriend. Every single, and then of course, like, was it Levi? What's his name? He was good. I liked him. He was a bonus, mostly because he was easy on the eyes, not because he did anything else that was special.
Girl, literally, his character was literally just that. Because how are you supposed to be a whole superstar going to a high school with a bunch of the people that likes you as an artist? You mean to tell me anybody gonna be able to concentrate knowing that a superstar is going to their school? That's like Beyonce going to my school as she's being Beyonce. Like, absolutely not. Nobody is paying attention. Everybody's going to be like all up on her.
I mean, I know I'd be all up on Levi if he was my classmate.
I'm telling you.
I'd be like, ooh, look at those things.
I mean, I would be all up on, I'd be all up on Levi just because. I mean, he ain't even had to be famous.
I'd be like, can I get right here? I think the spot is the perfect spot.
Okay.
I can see the view great from here.
Okay. So, child, no. I don't even know what the hell they were thinking with them Ninja Steel. Now, with Megaforce, at least they were like, we'll have you in suit for the entire season, for both seasons, and give these kids no lives. Absolutely. Like, I mean.
Absolutely. And not even just that, but like, Troy? Whew. I swear the smoldering look that he keeps giving, that makes it look like he needs to take a dump every single time. I just can't. Oh my God. And then Emma and her singing, like, what the heck is this?
Oh, that was terrible. I'm sorry.
Terrible. That whole thing was terrible. I don't even know. Like
singing produced flowers. Like, what is happening?
Exactly. What is happening?
La, 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 la. Like, no.
So many of the things you guys are talking about, I have no clue what you're talking about.
Oh my God.
You should count yourself lucky. You have no idea what they're talking about. Because that singing episode where she's singing without a microphone and her voice is carrying throughout the cosmos. And flowers are blooming and stereos are blowing up because she has the voice of the gods. It is awful. Awful.
Not the voice of a god. And then you got Troy who gonna sit here and like use his little wing card. And that's supposed to, I guess, carry the sound of her voice. Like, what? No, that is not how sound works. Like, what is this?
I do remember this was being very frustrating. Like Troy having the dreams about the big battle at the end and him never telling anybody about it. Like, you don't think that's important to talk about?
He
That was
told
weird.
him like in episode 9. I don't know why he waited that long, but he did. And
Oh damn, never mind. I had no idea. I thought the only time he had mentioned it was after it happened. It's just like I dreamt it. And then
In my dreams.
one of the girls was like, oh, yeah, right.
I mean, it went
that-
from episode 9 until that. So it was a huge
Okay.
gap. From
Like a
Okay.
huge gap. Like it was mentioned once and never mentioned again until the very end. Literally, the very end. Now it is rumored. It is rumored. Now, I believe the rumor. I believe it is true. But the actual writer and creator of Megaforce, well, one of the people who was actually creating the season, actually came out and said that Megaforce was actually supposed to be a very character-focused season. So each Ranger was supposed to have all this extensive character stuff. So that's why if you remember on their bios on Nickelodeon, they had like a whole breakdown of who they were. Like Troy's dad was supposed to be like in the military. And he's supposed to have all this big stuff happening with him with the dreams and stuff. And that was supposed to be a huge plot point in the whole show.
Oh yeah, his dreams were supposed to be important.
Yeah, his dream was supposed to be important. Like it was supposed to be this huge plot point for the whole entire season. Like the whole entire season of Megaforce. Like that was supposed to be the whole big thing. And that was supposed to be a huge plot point. Jake was supposed to be almost kind of like 2017 Zach in the thing of like he was wanting to tell everybody that he was a Power Ranger, but he had to keep it a secret. So he was trying to be famous with that. Gia was supposed to be this super smart girl who, you know, just wasn't supposed to be like Jake's love interest, but she was supposed to be like super smart, and she was supposed to be like a popular girl that was going to like deal with that, like with her popularity.
She lost
and all
her
of that.
popularity, right? She was popular, and then she wanted to be more serious or something. It was, what was that? I can't remember.
I think they didn't really go into Gia's like that. I don't remember, but that was basically like hers was the only one that really wasn't like that thought out like the rest of them. But it just said that she was just a popular girl who knew martial arts, and she was also friends with Emma for many years or whatever before then. And then Emma was supposed to be like this social, you know, but that like not social butterfly, but she was supposed to like be like really social conscious. And almost kind of like there's even a thing I read where they said that she was supposed to be, they wanted her to kind of be like a protester and protest for like certain things in the environment, but they felt like nobody wants to see her protest and hold a sign. That's what Jonathan Sakur said. He's like, nobody wants to see her hold a sign. Like nobody cares. So like basically Jonathan
Emma from Degrassi.
Basically, yes. Like, you know, all of them were supposed to have all these big things, but Jonathan Sakur was like, no, nobody wants to see any of that. Nobody cares anything about their background or their personal stories. They just want to see them fight. That's it. So that was the reason why, like, he dubbed all of that stuff. Like, he cut all that stuff out and was just like, okay, we're just going to have them in suit the whole freaking season.
Yeah, all they
and
do
that's
is
it.
fight.
All they do is fight. And that's it. Like literally. And that is the reason why Megaforce, like none of the characters made zero sense. They were just in suit the whole season. Wow. So yeah, we can definitely blame Jonathan for that. And which is the reason why he never came back after Megaforce was done. They were just like, nope, don't bring him back. Like he's done. No more. So yeah. I don't know whether that was something that Saban did. I'm just saying that. I don't know whether they did that or not, but I'm pretty sure that's probably what happened when they looked at like everything and how it went through. They were like, nah, fuck that. Let's bring back somebody who's familiar. Bring back Jud Lin. And that's how we got Jud Lin back. But anyway, so yeah, Megaforce 22, Ninja Steel is going to be 23. Moving right along to number 21. Samurai with 84 points. Are we surprised? No.
Oh no.
Are we surprised? No, we're not. I mean, that's another Jonathan Sakura produced season. Which literally was just the Sentai. So running trend here. Like, he's obviously very lazy with the production of this show. This man is quite lazy. So yeah. We got Samurai with 84 points. And that's number 21. Number 20 is going to be Operation Overdrive with 78.
Really?
Now, yeah. I'm actually quite shocked that it's down this low. Like, I wouldn't have put it right here. I personally
I did not put it there. I put it on 17. For me, it was 17.
Yeah, like I put it up a little bit further up.
Huh?
I put it a little bit further up too.
Yeah. Mine, it was number 22 for me.
Oh,
because I hate that season.
I liked it. I like how it's different, and I liked how how the Rangers, they weren't always so righteous. They had their own.
I hated those Rangers. The only one I liked was Rose.
Oh, I don't know. I like them all except for Samuell Benta's character, because I thought he was a little annoying.
I actually didn't hate him. I don't know if I want to watch that season back ever, but I didn't hate him from what I can remember. And I like Spencer the Butler.
You hated Dak.
That was it. Oh my God. I don't speak of that.
Dax is the worst. Man, the worst.
Listen. That damn Dax. When I tell you, like, that is a Ranger that I'm just like, y'all better not ever create any type of archetype of that type of Ranger ever again. Don't ever create that again. Don't do that. Like, that is something that you just don't do. If you want a template of what kind of Ranger should we not create, Dax. That he is the template. He is the blueprint. Do not create that, because that character, Jesus Christ. And I'm pretty sure that Gareth Ewan is not like a bad actor. Like, I'm pretty sure he's not. But damn, like, it takes a special talent to act like that and to be that bad. Like that, oh God, that character was terrible. Yes. So, but I will say though, the reason why I didn't put Operation Overdrive as low as that is because I did appreciate some of the little things that they did. I did appreciate some of them, like how they tried to lead in with Mac being an android. Like, they didn't just like do the Neo Saban way of just like throwing shit in there and just being like, here we are. I'm looking at you, Dino Charge. With that finale, right? They didn't do that.
No, they didn't. We never suspected that he was like a robot until like much later on.
Exactly. So
and I loved it.
And the first clue was when they did the whole thing of like when Rose created the battleizer. And she was like, well, nobody could use it because no human can use that. Like, it's like literally like robotic technology. No human can use this. And Mac ended up combining with it. So that was like the first clue right there, but nobody would have ever thought, like, we just thought, oh, he was the Red Ranger, so obviously anything works for the Red Ranger, right?
Right, everything works. And like even walking through fire and, you know, doing all the things.
Right, exactly. Like, nobody expected that. And then like, literally on like a couple of more episodes down the line, you see Mac's head on the table. Like, what the hell? Just like, what is this? So yeah, it makes perfect sense that like I like how they did that. That was actually pretty neat. I did enjoy that. Now, what I did not enjoy was how suicidal he became, and he wanted to commit sideways every 5 minutes because he just was like, I'm a robot, I don't care. I'm like, oh my God, I can't.
He got on my nerves. I can get him being upset that his dad, you know, lied to him for all those years, but like, his bitchiness was just too much for me. It's like,
it was too much. Like, it was too much. It was way too much. Like, I'm like, y'all dragged that out a little too much. Like, I could understand him being upset, like maybe a couple episodes, 1 or 2. I can hold you, but not all the way up to the final episode. Like, it can't be this. Like, I need y'all to chill out.
Yeah, he did not forgive him until the end. That's true.
Literally until the final episode. That's when he finally forgave him. He forgave him literally after he became human. When he finally became human by the Sentinel Night. That's when he forgave him.
I feel like it's kind of appropriate considering the fact that now as a human, he can understand what forgiveness feels like.
No, honestly, no. I just feel like he was just happy that he was a human. And he was just like, oh, well, I'm not a robot anymore, so I don't care. I guess. All right, whatever.
And also, like, I do get where he's coming from. Like, his whole life he's been lied to, or his whole short life he's been lied to. He thought everything he experienced was real, you know? And then come to find out that, like, he's a whole ass robot. Like, that's betrayal right there.
I agree, Lena. I agree. Because I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm just saying that because as a person who watches soap operas, this is very soap opera-y that he just stayed mad this entire time. And I liked it. And you program fake memories in his head.
Yes.
And told him he was a living being. And he's only been online for 2 years. And he thought he had a whole life.
That's exactly what I was about to say. His character had to be like between 18 and like 20 something. And no, you've only been around for like 2 years.
Right? Like, the betrayal of that. Obviously, I can totally understand why he's like, you know what? Now that I'm finally a human, which is great, what he wanted to be, he's like, okay, I guess I forgive you. But yeah, I don't blame him. And I'm glad they had him mad for so long. Exactly what you were just preaching like a few episodes ago, or last episode, where you wanted like real human interaction. And that was it.
You know what? Y'all make a good point. Good point. Yes. Good point.
I do remember that. I think Spencer, right? He voiced the same opinion that I think Brendan and Will had, where it's like, get over it. Like he
sure did.
He said, shut up, get over it.
Get over it. Like,
and I think that's when he started being like a little bit better. He was still mad at his dad, but he was still acting like the normal person. He just, when his dad showed up, he still gave him the cold shoulder.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened. Like, he was just like, I think, that is right. If I'm remembering correctly, he did do that. Like, Spencer was just kind of like, all right, now I understand you mad, but also you being reckless. Because that was the thing. I think that was the problem that I had with it. It wasn't just that he was upset, because I can understand him being upset, but the gag is you're being reckless and you're putting the team in danger because you're being reckless. So it's like, bruh, like, I need you to get your shit together. Like, I understand you mad at your daddy, but like at the same time, like, everybody's depending on you, and you out here trying to commit sideways every 5 minutes. Like,
well, I think also
just like chill.
But he was also testing his limits too, right? Because he's like, well, I'm a robot, so what else can I do?
I hear that. But don't test them while we're in the middle of a fight.
I mean, hey, no good time is better than time like right now. Whatever that's saying.
Apparently that was his frame of thinking. He was just like, listen, like, right now is the time. Right now. Not any other time, right now. So yeah, like, he was doing the most, but it's okay. We'll hold space. For poor Mac. But
Brandon, sorry. Where did you have Overdrive on your list?
I had Overdrive at 20.
Okay, 20. Okay, I had it at 19. So
yeah, like, I mean, I had him low. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't have him like at the very bottom. I was like, it wasn't that bad of a season. I mean, it was bad, but it wasn't that bad.
And another controversial thing. I mean, it might not be so much at this point. I enjoyed the 15th anniversary team up, Once a Ranger.
I did too. I actually enjoyed that one a lot. Like, to me, that was probably one of the better anniversary season, not team ups, but anniversary. I actually enjoyed that one a lot. Granted, it made the Operation Overdrive Rangers look terrible.
Yeah,
but
but I already didn't care about them, so
I mean,
care about them, so
no, like nobody.
Skin off my back.
I mean, seriously, like who cared? Who cared? I mean, when the mugs was like, well, we quit because the other guys are here, so like we supposed to feel sorry for you? Not when we got Adam and Kira and Tori. And why would we feel sorry for you? We got them. Like, girl, bye. Have a good day. See ya.
I hated that. Can I just say, I think there's a couple of Power Ranger YouTubers that made videos about this team up recently, and I respect them and all that, right? You know, one of them I really love, but like, I disagree because they kind of agree with y'all that they like this team up. I personally don't like this team up, but
why? Why don't you like it? Well, I want to know now. I want to know. Why don't you like it?
Hold on. Let me finish this thought. Because what we agreed, Brendan and Will, is that the Rangers, the Overdrive Rangers, did quit. They quit. I don't think we can deny that they didn't quit.
Oh, no, they definitely quit.
Yet both the YouTubers, they said that they didn't. They're like, oh, I don't know why people say that they quit. Are you serious?
No, they did quit. What are you talking about? What?
Quit.
They totally quit.
So yeah, they definitely quit. Like a real Ranger would have stood their powers or not. They would have been trying to figure out how to get their powers back. Like Rose is one of the smartest Rangers we ever had. She's not trying to figure out how to get the Morphin grid to work again, but Adam is. Come on. So, but other than that, yeah, why I don't like it. I mean, I just don't. But
that's fair.
I mean, like it's hard for me to even watch part one because of the Kelch explosions. Like it's so hard for me to even sit through them fights because of how many explosions there were. There were so many slow-mo, and I hated that about that era, but it was just the worst in that part one. It's hard for me to even sit through it until the old Rangers show up. That's usually where I start if I'm going to rewatch that. So,
good point. I agree with that.
But once they show up, like I love them. They picked the right Rangers to bring back. Like they were all fan favorites. They were all good. I love to see them. But then the focus is kind of put on the Overdrive Rangers and the woe is me. And we quit and our powers are gone. And please feel sorry for us. And you need to see that we went back into real life and Rose is teaching classes and Ronnie is race car driving again. We made time for all of this, right?
Child, Rose went back to teach her classes at the Y. like, girl, what's going on? Like, no.
They made so much time to show them going back to their regular lives. In this team up, where I want to see more of Adam and them. And we looking at this. And then when Mac went to go round them up and he found Rose, they acting like they haven't seen each other in like 6 months. It is ridiculous.
Like, child, literally, like y'all just saw each other yesterday. Stop this. Like,
honestly, I was wondering how long they were apart because how is Rose going to be a teacher again in the course of like a few days? Like, how long was that? I wonder.
Child, I don't know. I mean, to be truthfully honest, they really did not even specify a time. They really didn't. Only because of and like, honestly, like it had to have been some time. Like it had to. Because when you really honestly think about it, Ronnie went back to race car driving. Like literally she gave up race car driving to like, you know what I'm saying? To go and be a ranger. So who was to say that even race car driving was even like still going at that time? You know what I'm saying? Like, how long is this season? Like, you know, like how long is the season? Was the season still going at the time? Like, how did she get back into like the racing? Like, you know, all of that stuff. Like, so it had to have been at least a couple months. At least a couple months. Like, it had to. At least I would probably say maybe a month and a half, something. It had to.
Dealing with Thrax that long.
Yeah, like they were dealing with Thrax for a long ass time, apparently.
So, I mean, in all fairness, I would have been fine with the Adam and the rest of them staying as Rangers for them because they were great. They were fantastic. Like, Adam is
Yeah.
hot.
I mean, first of all, let's just be for real. Like they pick, like, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like everybody just I particularly enjoyed everyone, especially Xander. Because Lord knows, Richard, whew, my God.
I mean, for me, Adam always has a place in my heart because he was like my first ever crush. And he still is.
Girl, the way I'm side-eyeing you right now. Girl, here's a napkin.
Oh, I love him.
Here's a napkin, girl. Clean up the drool around your mouth.
Wow. I was telling Aaron earlier, I'm like, I only watch Power just for the hot boys.
Well, girl, I'm gonna tell you right now, you got all of pretty much the earlier seasons. You got Mighty Morphin, Spd and Turbo on YouTube right now, so you can go ahead and pull on up and watch all the Adam you want.
Oh, trust me, honey, I do.
Oh my goodness. But yes, so Operation Overdrive is at 78. With 78 points, they're at number 20. Now, number 19. Listen, Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers, y'all, at number 19 with 73.
Okay.
Now, I wasn't mad at this. Because Alien Rangers, granted, they did have the Zeo quest, which did have some very interesting plot points and some very interesting things happen. But Lord knows, I was so tired of them thirsty ass Rangers. I'm like, listen,
Wow.
if all we listen, no shade, no shade. If all we had was just them on the Zeo quest, I could have ate that. Like, I would have loved that, to just see them on the quest doing their thing, and that was it. I would have loved that. But child, no, like, no. Them damn thirsty ass Rangers, I couldn't do it. Every 5 minutes, we need water. I can't. No. No. Sorry. So yeah, for any of y'all Alien Ranger fans, because I know they are out there. I've talked to them before, and listen, they probably gonna hate this coming from me, but I'm sorry. No, Alien Rangers, it's a dub. It's a dub. I'm so sorry.
That was number 18 for me.
It was number 20 for me.
It was number 17 for me. Can I just say, just to kind of make the Alien Ranger people feel better,
try.
I never had an issue with this season. I mean, personally, I always just threw it in with season 3. But I mean, the franchise
Me too.
The franchise itself seems to separate it, so I'm cool with it. But like, I like this arc. I like what they tried to do with it. It's pretty unique. I like the Rangers. They didn't develop them much at all, but I like what I like what I saw. And you know, I love, like, I tend to post like on Instagram, you know, that clip where they gave this amazing dialogue when they left because they were thirsty and they need to go back to the planet to drink. And before they left, like, they gave this really good speech. It's like one of my favorite speeches in all of Power Rangers, because it just shows the brotherhood between the Rangers, that, you know, no matter what, like, every Power Ranger will always have each other's back. And I just love that speech. Just like, we gonna leave, but we'll be back, you know, because never has there been a fight that we've run from or friends that we've turned our back on. I love that. Like, it's just awesome just to see these Rangers who've been Rangers for at least 1,000 years. You know, they showed up to Earth at a moment's notice, knowing that they were going to be thirsty as hell on Earth, but they showed up here anyway to help out, even, you know, knowing that they'll probably die on this planet because they can't stay here too long, but they're going to help anyway. We don't even know a Tommy or anything. We don't know these people. But Zordon called us up, so we said, okay, we're gonna come here, and we're gonna help, and we're gonna fight, and we're not gonna leave your side until we help you out. Like, I just love that. It's beautiful, you know. And I remember the kid rangers being worried about them sometimes, you know, talking about, but you're too weak, you know, you need more water. Like, we're rangers, Tommy. We'll be all right.
Child. So he was like, you're weak, you need more water, trying to give them a jug of water. Like,
We'll be
child,
all right.
no.
So yeah, I do like it, and I like, you know, I mean, it started off with Giant, Lord Zed, and Rita and them. Like, that's just awesome to me, you know, just terrorizing Angel Grove, blowing up stuff, you know. And it ended with the command center blowing up. Like, that's iconic.
One of the best finales, I will say for sure. It was definitely like that one scene. First of all, when you, I'm sorry, I will always say this, and please forgive me for saying this, Nakia, you know I love you. But when she becomes teenage Tanya again, and sis turns around when Catherine is like, Tanya, are you okay? And old girl turn around, I swear she looked like Michael Jackson. I was like,
I knew you were gonna say it.
Not how they had her dusty. I was like, no. But I love the scene because I love her acting, and I still remember what she says. Like, I remember the scene word for word. Like, I remember it because I loved it so much. But I'm just like looking at her, and I'm like, damn, they made you dusty, girl. They made you so dusty.
It's a ghost. I don't know.
Okay, had her casket ready. I'm like, oh, don't do this to my girl. Don't do this to her. But I love the part where Rito and Godard jumps in and she turns around and she screams. That is the funniest scream I ever heard in my life. Like, it's just, there's just so many moments about it.
Her whole body, the way it tensed up.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
Sis looked like a whole cat.
Oh man,
she looked just like a cat. I was like,
damn,
oh,
you making me think I should have had this higher. This sounds fun. It was like, oh man, like it as an ad, like as I always considered this to be the end of season 3, even though it got its own theme song and, you know, Power Rangers itself considers it its own season. I always thought this was the end of season 3. So I thought that this, in addition to what we got in season 3, great. It on its own is, you know, obviously why I ranked it where I ranked it, because it was just, you know, just what, 10 episodes?
Yeah, it was like,
but
yeah, about 10, something like that.
Yeah, but it was like, there was fun in there. I know it was kind of rough for me watching the Rangers as kids not being able to do anything. I like this time they knew they had like their memories this time.
Yeah.
Compared to season 2. But and then of course the Zeo quest was fun.
Yeah. That was my favorite one.
Yeah.
I gotta watch that again. It's been a while. But I you know, and of course it was kind of heartbreaking with Aisha and how we didn't really get a proper goodbye with Karen.
First of all, can we just say now pardon me, I'm just gonna take a moment, because that whole part when Aisha goes to Africa or whatever. First of all, we don't even know where in Africa, but we're not even gonna get on this. She goes to Africa and she goes through her quest and everything, and she finds Ashala and all these people first. Okay, here's my issue, right? Here's my problem. What I didn't appreciate was I just didn't like how literally it was like, it was how they did Aisha that just really kind of just, it forever left a nasty taste in my mouth. Now, granted, we got Tanya, which is, who's my favorite Yellow Ranger of all time. Love her. But it's just like, y'all ain't had to do Aisha like that. I mean, that shit was gutter butt, just dirty. Like, y'all got her on the viewing globe walking, You know what I'm saying? Up to Ashala and hugging her, and that was it. Like, if I was Karen, I'd have been like, I ain't coming back for that. Like, like y'all want me just to come walk back and forth for like 30 to 45 minutes, walking back and forth, resetting, walking on different angles and all this junk just for like 2 seconds of screen time. Like, come on. Like, the way I would have been so pissed. I could not even begin to fathom how Karan Ashley felt during that. Like, I really can't. And that's me being like dead ass serious. I could never have imagined how she felt during that scene, because it had to have been like really fucked up to like literally go in and film this, and meanwhile probably passing the girl who is literally about to replace you. Like, oh, like I just like, when I tell you, I probably would have been a David Yost when it came to Power Rangers. They'd be like, would you ever come back? No. I ain't never coming back to this shit. Because I mean, that's dirty. Like, who? No, that but yeah, like that that was such a hard scene to watch. And yeah, like I just didn't like how they did my girl. But I did appreciate that they got Tanya. So coolio. So Alien Rangers at number 19. Number 18, Jungle Fury with 69 points. Y'all, I really wanted this to be lower.
Me too.
I ain't gonna hold you. I tallied it up and I was like, why is this here?
I had that 15. I personally really enjoyed Jungle Fury, so I don't know.
Same.
So yeah,
mine was at 15. We've talked about this before. I can remember I didn't watch it when it aired originally, and I always heard, it was at the lower end of the Disney seasons. And then when I finally watched it, I'm like, wait, I actually am enjoying this. So I never had any problems with it.
Right? Me too. I love the storyline. I liked how it was very different. And I don't know, I just liked everything about it. And the theme song, you sold me at the theme song. So
yeah, after I remade it for Dino Fury.
Yeah.
Yes.
I liked, like, come on, RJ's there. He's a lot of fun. I liked Fran. I like the fact that
Fran.
Brandon, you were the first person I've ever heard say that.
I actually
Really?
I really like Fran.
I hated her. Like, oh my God. The way that character got on my nerves.
I love that, she didn't know that the Rangers were the Rangers. They all worked at the pizza shop and they would always go missing. And she's like, what are you guys doing? And then she actually found out, they let her know. And, like,
well, they didn't let her know. She went eavesdropping and she found out. But they ain't let her know nothing.
But, at least it didn't happen at the very end, like in the last episode. Like, she knew for a while.
I would have rather that.
Oh my God.
I like and I like the fact that him and Fran like each other. My favorite Ranger of the core 3 probably was Lily, because she was really sweet.
Lily had hands.
Really.
Lily had the hands.
Yes, morphed Lily was amazing. That was one of my favorite. Like, anytime they did the not American, but the non-Sentai footage with her, oh, that was awesome. There was like some cool moment. Oh my God, Camille, I always talk about her. She was fucking awesome. I loved her.
Listen, I'm not even gonna hold you. I did not like that season. I hated it. It was definitely I was one of the people who was on Ranger Board trashing it like it was nobody's business. I could not stand it. The only thing I liked that I will honestly legit say that I loved about Jungle Fury was the fight scenes. Because when I tell you they let the stunt doubles rip, like they just let them go hard. And it was just, first of all, I'm gonna say this. Forgive me for saying it. But Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior, that was the same stunt team that was doing Power Rangers. Like literally the same stunt team. And you could tell because they are like just the fight choreography itself was just, I'm a huge fan of just like martial arts movies and like doing like wushu martial arts and all of that. I'm a huge fan of all of that. And just for the fact that you have Power Rangers doing it, and it was, and then it was doing the different styles and like, it was fire. Like all of that was just, I enjoyed every second of all of that. Like I loved it all. My only complaint was literally the people themselves. It was the Rangers. It was the character. Like I just could not take it. You had Casey, who was a wimp for pretty much the entire damn season. I was like, I can't take this. I can't do this. Like literally, I'm like, boy, grow up. Grow up. Like I need you to grow up. Like, stop letting Theo punk you. Like you letting this boy punk you every single episode. Then you let Jared punk you. And it's just like, boy, I just couldn't. I couldn't. Then you had Lily trying to be the little mediator or whatever, but you can tell she liked Theo, which I'm like, girl, why? Why?
Damn, why not?
What do you mean, why not? Theo is this little pompous little jerk who acted as if he knew everything. Child, the way that would have turned me off. I'm like, yeah, no. You too short to be acting like that. So my thing is, I'm like, you got Napoleon complex dude over here. Like, I couldn't do it. I could not. Like that season just drained my everlasting life. Like it just, that is what it did for me.
Listen, man. Completely agree for the most part, Brendan. As someone who made a 2-part video on my YouTube channel about how I hate Jungle Fury, I definitely agree. And there are many reasons. Like I really didn't like Casey either, and honestly, we're gonna disagree here, Brendan. I actually didn't care for the action too much in Jungle Fury. I just didn't.
Oh, really?
Don't hate me. No, it's not about like.
Oh no, I'm not hating, but I'm just saying like that's surprising. Okay.
No, I know because most people do like that. Even people that don't like Jungle Fury, they like the action. But like, I don't even like that because
wow.
It's kind of like a problem that a lot of the later Disney seasons had, where it's like you can tell that the action is toned down. And I felt going into Jungle Fury that, like, well, compared to like, like a Wild Force or a Lost Galaxy, like Time Force, like
for sure,
not the same,
Oh, for sure, yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Got you. Okay.
So when we have Jungle Fury, though, I'm like, they can't tone this down though because this is a martial arts season. And I just saw Genki Ranger and loved Genki Ranger. It's one of my favorite Sentai. So like they got to step their game up a little bit here. And then I'm looking at this and they're kind of doing the same things they've been doing. Like they kind of started with Spd and Mystic Force, where like they can't really hit them in the chest anymore. They have to block that like all the time. And it annoyed me. And that they have to hit them like in the arm and then they go flying 50 feet in the air. And it's like, I hated that. And they kind of just did that trope all the time in Jungle Fury. And I was like, this is the martial arts season. You're hitting people in their arm and they flying. Like, what? Punch somebody. What is this? But like, his dad, I hate Casey. They had an episode where he got poisoned and the cure was a good night's sleep. I can't believe I finished the season after that. Like,
it was literally a good night's sleep. I was like, so there's no journey to find a flower like how Trini had to go running for her life up a whole mountain to go get a singing flower. Like nothing.
Go to sleep.
Just go to sleep. Literally, go to sleep. What you need to do is you need some ginger ale and some crackers and watch Maury. until you fall asleep, and then you'll be all right.
Their enemies are the 5 fingers of poison or whatever they call them. And it's a good night's sleep.
And it was a good night's sleep. That's all.
No, his greatest fear was the monster in his closet when he fights monsters every day. I don't know how I finished that season, to be quite honest.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I legit do not blame you. Like that, and then don't even get me started on that mess when it was like their greatest fear. You got Theo talking about some, oh, my greatest fear is singing in front of people, and the song you choose is This Little Light of Mine? What? Like, oh, it was awful. Oh my God. I can't do this. Like, listen, no.
Yeah, I don't care for Jungle Fury, but to say something nice, yes, I did like RJ. Yes, I like Camille. And I actually thought the finale was decent. So there. But yeah, overall, I don't like it.
I didn't like the finale either. Everybody turned into a bunch of furries.
Oh, baby.
No. No. No.
I loved it. They had to reach the ultimate heights of their animal spirit, Brendan. That was amazing.
No.
Oh man.
Absolutely not. I was like, no, baby. No, you are not going to turn my lovely Michelle Langstone into a damn walking penguin. You ain't doing this to me. Not my cat Minx. You will not. No. No, not having it. Sorry. So, nope. Jungle Fury is a chop. Next on the list was also the next chop, which happens to be an animal season. Wild Force with 66 points at number 17. Woo, child.
That was 17 for me.
I put it 14 for me.
I was 16.
I think the reason why I was 14 for me was because of Forever Red.
Okay.
That's fair.
That's fair. I mean, honestly, to be truthfully honest with you, I'm not going to hold you. Wild Force for me was number 19. And to be truthfully honest, I would have put it lower if it wasn't for Ninja Steel, Operation Overdrive, and Samurai. Like, it would have been much lower because Wild Force just... But I remember telling y'all, I believe it was y'all I told, that randomly I was just, I think I did tell y'all this. Like randomly, I was just like I was watching Zio, and then a Wild Force episode queued up, and I started watching the beginning of Wild Force, and it was an episode where it was like the monster forms of Gendrax and Toxica, they were fighting each other. And I was like, oh my God, this choreography shits on everything that is out right now.
Oh my God, was that the bowling episode?
Yes.
I haven't seen it in years, but I remember that fight and it was awesome.
It was bomb. I'm like, oh, I cannot believe this fight choreography is shitting on everything right now. Like everything. Like it was probably one of the most badass, literally when Toxica was in midair about to strike. Yeah.
Major.
I was like, and then it just freeze frame. I was like, yo, like legit, I screamed. I was like, yo, are you for real? Like, I was legit gagged, like legit gagged. I'm like, I do not remember this show being like this. I don't remember this. I do not remember this. So I'm not even gonna hold you.
I'm currently, because of one of the Ranger podcasts I listen to, they're going over Wild Force. I started watching it again. So it'll be interesting to see if my feelings change at all. But there weren't a ton of great episodes in this season from what I can remember. The big highlights, of course, would be Forever Red and reinforcements from the future, the Time Force team up.
Yes, I forgot that happened. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And the finale was really good from what I can remember. I always love the fact that on this kid show, we thought that Cole would find his long lost parents. Then we found out that the big bad Master Org murdered them. Not only did he murder them, he was not redeemed in the end. I appreciated that. I've always appreciated that.
They killed his ass off. They said, "Oh, you a whole murderer. You deserve to die. Like, you are a murderer, sir. You need to die."
Didn't he say he had no remorse for killing them?
Yeah.
There's no coming back from that.
No remorse. Like, he was like, "I don't care. Like, fuck your parents. Fuck you too. I'm trying to kill your ass too." Like,
I mean, at least he was honest.
Right? Yeah.
He was honest. He was like, "I'm a true villain, and this is what I'm all about." And I was like, "Damn, boy!" When he said that, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, "Oh, fuck."
Change the game.
Yeah. And Toxica and Jindrak, I freaking love them. I love their bond. I love their characters.
They were good. They were. I will say that they were good. Now, here's the thing.
Taylor.
Oh, yes. Awesome. Well, yes. Obviously. I mean, Taylor. I mean, come on.
I need to know of her first 6 months alone.
By herself. Yes. We just need a whole season of just Taylor by herself for the first 6 months. Like, just Taylor. We don't need Alyssa. Just Taylor. That's it. Just Taylor. Wild Force, Taylor Adventures. That's it. That's all we need. But no, dead ass though, like, I would probably say the best episodes for me from Wild Force was literally all the ones you named, but it was also that episode when Cole battled Master Org by himself. And that's when he found out that Master Org killed his parents. That was probably one of the most.
Stand, I think.
Yes, I think that's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
I remember that one.
That was probably that choreography during that fight is probably one of the best choreographed fights we've ever had in Power Rangers history. That shit was bad. I was like, oh my God. Like, I was on the edge, like, literally, like, I watched that literally a couple of nights ago. Like, that fight, I'm like, I need Power Rangers to get back to that. Like, can we get back to this kind of choreography? Because it was just, and you had the whole, like, flying through the air with the wires and all that. You had all that good stuff that they love to use, but it's like the intensity is not there anymore. It's like, oh, we're gonna do all this flowery, like, showy stuff, but there's no intensity behind it.
Yeah, that's kind of my main problem. They lack that intensity, and I need it. You know,
I need it. It's like, you can't say this is the final battle. Like, oh my God, this is the final battle of the whole entire series. And you give me all this flowery crap, but there's no intensity behind it. Like, it just looks pretty. It's like, okay, this is nice, but where's the excitement? Where is the, like, are they gonna make it? Are they gonna win? Are they gonna lose? Like, where is that energy? It's not there. Like, cause I'm sorry, Cole was getting his whole ass beat. Like, Cole was getting his ass thrashed by my Master Org, like, and dude was beating his ass in a hospital gown, like. I'm like, for real? Child, no. No, I need that level of Power Rangers. Yeah. But no, like, yeah, Wild Force, the gag is, I feel like if they actually let the actors act instead of letting them be like 10 years old in adult bodies, with the exception of Taylor, like, I think the show would have been fine. To be truthfully honest, it probably would have been fine.
Yeah, we mentioned this a couple of times before. Allison, who played Taylor, she revealed that the what was the acting director? What was it?
It was their acting coach.
Acting coach. She instructed them to act down, to not to not act like they would on a TV show. And Allison refused, which is why she was the best actor on there.
Yeah, that's why Taylor was the best character.
And that was definitely one of the things that wasn't so great about the season. Some of the acting choices that we got from some of the people on there, as well
Never
as
give up.
As well as there was a lot of bizarre shit too, just really bizarre choices. It was weird. There was a lot of weird moments on there, from what I can remember. And the fact that there literally were probably like 6, like you could pick the episodes that were actually good. Everything else was like not
Terrible.
very good. Yeah.
Terrible. It's okay to say it. Terrible.
Can I just say this about Wild Force? I have a complicated relationship with this season because it came out, I think I was 12 years old. Yeah, when Wild Force came out. And I remember watching it and I was like, so this is it. Like, my mom is right. I'm too old for this. This is it. I can't watch this anymore. Like, I was literally gonna quit at Wild Force because I disliked it so much. And I feel like it was such a kid's show at that point. Like, if you went from Time Force to this, like
a soap opera.
Like, you're kind of really talking down to me. It's very childish. And before I knew what bad acting was, I just knew that they talked weird. So, so I was just like, I don't like this season. I'm probably gonna stop. But I had an addiction to Power Rangers at that point. So I'm like, I'm gonna stop watching. But after this last episode, and I'll just keep going. So I didn't actually quit. And every time I'll be like, I'm gonna stop watching after this last episode. Then the episode will come on and I actually enjoy it. So I'll just keep giving it another chance and stuff.
Listen, I was with you. Like I was with you, Aaron. But here's the gag though. I did. I quit. I was like, I'm not doing this. Because like, listen, I was literally right there with you because like, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to watch this anymore. I can't do this. And like, literally, I remember, I know exactly where I stopped. I stopped at the episode where Max got stuck. He was fighting the Bell Org.
Yeah.
And his ass got stuck in the bell. And you had Danny climbing up that damn hill talking about never give up. Never give up. I'm like, I can't do this. I'm not doing this.
Oh,
no.
God.
And that was my last episode. I was done.
Lot.
I was done. At that point, I said, I'm not doing this anymore. And I gave up.
And this was the season where it made me just absolutely hate Megazord battles because first and foremost, the CG Zords just bothered me a lot. And then the fact that there were so many just unnecessary Megazord battles, and then this was just like the trend. And it's like I roll my eyes every time I see Zords get called now because it's like this traumatized me.
First of all, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like the lion, after like the Bear Zords came or something like that, the Lion Zord couldn't take it. And it was just like, oh girl, no, I can't hold this Zord. I can't hold this Megazord together no more, baby. I can't. And child, every time they try to combine it, the Lion Zord ended up falling apart and it was like laying down, sleep, all exhausted. Like, oh child, this took a lot out of me. Like, I'm like, I can't. Not this Zord sitting here looking exhausted and tired. I said the Lion Zord is definitely my mood. Like, it is a mood.
That's what I was just gonna say. Like, I'm not gonna lie, no tea, no shade. Like, why am I always like? This is what I'm thinking. If I was the Zord, why am I always being called when Jurassic needs is needed? Like, come on. I don't want to do this for you. I don't
want to do this.
Like, I'm with you, Lion Zord. Like, I'm with you.
First of all, what I will appreciate is that the Zords did have personalities. Because that Deer Zord, baby, that Deer Zord was like, you better play my song the way I want to hear it. Because if you don't play it right, I'm out. Bye. Like, Deer Zord was not having it, baby.
Well, the Deer Zord was like, that's all I ask. All I ask is for that song, okay?
That's all I ask.
That's all I ask. And it's not so hard, okay? You sing the song right, and I'm here for it.
I'm here. And I'm here.
Oh, God. That was another thing that was really weird. The singing. Princess Shayla's song. In particular, And what was that reinforcements from
the remix?
That was crazy. And then and then that damn collage of footage that they played during it, like racing and dancing and like, what is going on right now?
You got Max dancing off beat.
Oh god.
They all off beat. Come on, go Max. Go Max. Go Max. I'm like, oh no. It can't be this. Oh, that was great. But one of the things I will say something positive about Wild Force. We did get to see Cole with no shirt on in the rain. I was like, this is fantastic jerk off material. Next.
Wow.
And you're telling me I need a napkin, honey? You need
listen. I'm
not going to napkin.
Child, listen. Like we're not gonna sit here and act like that wasn't hot. When when old dude was fighting with no shirt on in the rain, I'm like, yes, God. Yes, God. Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to figure out like who they were marketing the show to.
Me?
Between that and Leo and
the
Jason back in the day.
The daughters. Me. It was me. Child. I was like, ooh. But of course, like, I didn't even see the finale. I watched it years later. Like,
wow.
Years.
Oh, yeah, well, you stopped.
We'll see.
Yeah, because, like, I didn't even see it. Like, literally, I picked up on, when I actually saw the promos for Ninja Storm. That's when I picked it back up. Because I was like, ooh, this looks like fun. And that's how I ended up watching the show again. Yeah. But I literally waited till Wild Force was over. I was like, I'm not watching this.
That finale, man. I remember liking part one. I remember really liking it. I'm like, oh, you know, the shit is hitting the fan. Like, he done killed all these doors.
All of them.
How are they getting all of this? And then part two, oh, they just gonna come to life because they feel like it. Like, okay. I hope this really is the end of the Power Rangers because I can't take it. Like,
I can't take it. And they waited to the last episode to give us that transformation, which I was like, this is the best transformation they had. Why did they give us that BS from before? That was literally a copy and paste from the Japanese version. Y'all had a perfectly good morph right here.
Part one was so good. I really loved part one. It's just part two. Even then, like when they had like the Wild Zords that they didn't find, I remember Kid Me was just like ecstatic about that because I like, oh yeah, there were other Wild Zords. The princess had mentioned that before, so they're gonna use them to have like new Ranger powers. Oh no, Red Lion's back somehow. I don't.
Nope. They all you have just seen was little balls shooting little energy. And Master Org melting. That was it. It was like, okay, all right. Wonderful.
It was all the story told by Alyssa. Yay.
Yay. Wonderful. It's like, and was this really true or did you make it up? What do you think? Answer that little boy question. Come on, what do you think? You don't answer that little boy question and stop playing.
And she literally had a picture of her and the other Rangers and Princess Shayla
right there on her desk.
You guys never saw that?
No, I did.
Like, come on now. Child.
Princess Shayla took the phones and the jacket.
She took everything. She said, give me that shit back. Run it. Run me these jackets. Run me these phones.
I'm not making new jackets for the next Rangers. Give me that.
Okay. Run me all my shit. I'm going to bed. I am tired. I am going to sleep. Good night. Now run me my shit. But yes, honey. So that was number 17 with 66. Now, number 16, Beast Morphers with 61 points.
Oh,
sounds about right.
16 too. Mm-hmm.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining with that.
Which
Beast
one?
Morphers for me was 14.
Beast Morphers?
Beast Morphers, yeah.
All right, Beast Morpher. What was it for me? Beast Morphers. Wait, did we do Beast Morphers? Yes.
Yeah, Beast Morphers was your number 13.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Damn, that was high for you, Lena.
I liked it. I enjoyed it because I think it was better than all these seasons we've been getting until the second season. Then I was like, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
That second half was terrible.
I actually really liked the later season 2 episodes.
Child, no.
Don't you remember what happened to Zoe?
I didn't like that because she had so much potential.
Right?
And then they just squandered it.
Right? So I don't know. I like
and they still can't give us a damn kiss between two people, which is dumb.
No. But you know, at least we got a peck on the cheek. I will take that.
Ridiculous.
Baby, listen. What we're not gonna do is we are not about to sit here in front like they just did not destroy Zoe's character in all of season 2.
Yeah.
They made that girl the most stupidest person ever. Like, it's like sis was making mistakes. Like, she never even been a ranger, like, ever. I'm like, no, ma'am, we're not about to do this. You are not about to save sis all the way until season 2 to make her start making mistakes like this. For real? For real? Are we gonna do this? The only good thing about Beast Morphers, honestly, legit to me, honestly, was the first half. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, the avatars, they like, I'm not gonna say Blaze. Roxy was the best. Was the best like villain we had. Like Roxy, hands down. Like, and don't get me wrong, Blaze. Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and try to shame Colby. I'm not gonna do it. Here's the deal. I really legit feel like Colby he wasn't given much to work with. Because let's just be for real. Like, he was just literally there to react off of Roxy. Like, that's really what it was. Like, Roxy was the pilot of that ship. And he was just kind of like the driver. Like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna follow behind you, but also I'm trying to act cunning because I have my own agenda as I twirl my mustache. No, like, we just needed more. And unfortunately, like, he didn't give him nothing to do. So it was just like, well, what else can you do? So I just felt like, you know, Roxy was like the best thing. So you had that whole bomb ass fight between her and Robbie, where literally he shot her ass. Like he put some caps in this girl ass and blew her up. I'm like, yes, this is the energy we like. Shoot her ass. Shoot her. Yes, we love it. Shoot her, blow her ass up. Yes. And then, child, when she woke up, ooh, child, she looked terrible. I said, ooh, goodness, Roxy. Girl, you need... Ooh, girl, you need a
I mean, she was in a coma for like 6 months.
They had that girl looking deathly.
Yeah, that was a zombie in that bed.
Okay. The sis was on her deathbed, honey. I said, Lord. Like, Jesus? Like, well, damn. Y'all was about to kill that girl? Ooh, child, she looked terrible. But yes, Lord. And I'm not gonna hold you. That was probably some of the best moments in the whole entire season. And then the reveal of Venjix being Evox, which I did enjoy. I'm not even gonna hold you. I enjoyed that.
That premiere, the first episode. Oh my God.
One of the best we've had.
That was just
to me. It was one of the best premieres we've ever had. Like the pacing was perfect. Mm-hmm. Like the way they introduced each character was perfect. Like it was just everything. I had no complaints about none of it. Like I had zero complaints about anything in that whole premiere. Nothing. I had nothing to say. It was just like, hands down, it was probably one of the best premieres we ever had. And then, of course, as we kept going, we kept progressively getting worse. And it got worse. And it got worse. And it got worse. And then we ended up where we are. So I'm just like, all right, y'all. But I will say I do think that the actors themselves did a fantastic job.
Yeah,
they did a
the
good
best
job.
they could. Yeah,
Yeah.
They acted.
Mhm.
Yes.
I think my favorites that season were Rory, Devon, as we were calling him,
Devon, honey. It was Devon.
and Zoe. I like Neat too. I love that they did more of the unmorph fights more than we had seen in recent years.
Oh, yeah.
Zoe and Roxy, their fight scene, that was really good. And there were some really cool unmorph fights, I thought, that season. I really enjoyed that. The whole grid battle force thing was really cool. We had we had two ranger moms, which is different. The B spots, I thought they were adorable, and I wish that there were more of them throughout the season, but they only gave us like a little dose of them.
And then when they did, they made them look terrible.
They made the Rangers look terrible because they were like treating them shitty.
Like crap. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then what else? Oh god, the episode where the Dino Charge Rangers came back. I freaking love that episode. And then
that was the better episode when they came into their dimension. That was great. But them going to the Dino Charge dimension to battle Goldar Maximus.
Yeah. They really they dropped the ball. They brought Jason back, and that was just like not a good episode.
It has 6 heads. Sir, can you count? It has 7.
That was
obviously he can't count.
That was so disappointing.
That's the Angel Grove public system.
Yeah.
Angel Grove public school system, child.
Now look, you're not gonna insult Miss Appleby like this.
I was just about to say, are you trying to say Applebee's cannot teach? I was just about to say
Miss Appleby was doing what she could. That was the only teacher in Angel Grove. She had to teach math, science, social studies. That lady said, "I'm tired."
You know what I loved? I love how they they changed classes as if they got up and moved a classroom.
Okay, they got up and moved to a different classroom, and they had the same teacher. She just met them in the next class. Like, I mean, what was the point? Baby, no, no, girl. Miss Appleby said, "I am overworked and underpaid. Y'all gonna get whatever I teach you," and that is why Jason can't count. Period. Like it is what it is, baby. But no, like Beast Morphers, it had the makings of actually being something very decent. But the gag is it feels like, I'm gonna tell you exactly what it feels like. It feels like they had the idea and was like, "Oh yes, we're gonna do this. We're gonna make all these big things happen." And probably what may happen, I'm not sure, but what may have happened, because this happens a lot. A lot of times, shows will have show creators and sometimes show writers will have these big ideas, and then the big wigs over them will be like, "Nah, I don't like that. Take that out," or "Nah, I don't like that. See how you can rework this and give it back to us," or something like that. And sometimes it ends up screwing up everything, and stuff just doesn't make sense, or it ends up like watering down what they actually wanted. And I feel like that's probably what could have or may have happened, because you could tell that based on what we had, it felt like something bigger was supposed to happen. To me anyway, it felt like something else big was supposed to happen. Like it just like what we got, like a big reveal, like Evox being Benjix. That's huge. Like that's a huge reveal. And the way you kill him off is by infusing him with human DNA. That's how you kill him?
Oh, I hate that so much.
Really? Like that? I'm like, no. It can't be this. It won't be this. Like, but it is. But I was like, what is this? Like, that's why I'm just like, I just legit think that they may have had a bigger idea, and maybe the network, maybe somebody, I don't know, but it just felt like it was supposed to be bigger. Or maybe it was just my lofty ambitions. Maybe it was me who was just expecting more. And they were like, don't know, this is exactly what we wanted. And I'm like, well, why? Go big or go home. You can't give us something like, Venjix, one of the best, villains in that we had. Like, and you give us this, like you turned him into that.
The dumbed down version, which I really can't stand.
Okay. Turn him into a whole computer snake.
Like, Venjix infected the entire world's computer system. Why did he not do that this time? Why would Evox not do the same thing? I don't. Why would that not be the first step? Instead of to getting the Morphix towers, infect every computer. I don't
infect every computer. Wouldn't that make sense? Wouldn't it make sense? Nope. Not in Venjix's mind. Nope. Doesn't make sense. Nope. Doesn't make sense.
I really wish they wouldn't have done this. And I understand why, and especially like the fandom, they wanted this. They always wanted this before Beast Morphers was even a thing, right?
Yeah.
They always wanted Goldbusters to be adapted so they could do this. But I just did not want this. And I knew it would never be written as well as RPM was. I knew this. So
Exactly.
Right.
Here we are.
I don't hate Beast Morphers, but it's definitely like on the low part of my list. Like, it's Beast Morphers and then all the bad seasons. So like,
no, I'm with you. I'm with you 100% on that. Like, for sure. I am definitely with you, Aaron, because it had the potential because of exactly what you said. Like, when everybody saw Go Busters, we just automatically knew it was like the same color scheme. Like, it was just like, oh my God, this is the perfect follow-up for RPM. Like, it's perfect. And plus, when they transform, they say, let's Morphin. And you got the thing talking about, it's Morphin time. Doom, 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 doom. I'm like, yes. I mean, it was given it was like literally a love letter to Power Rangers at the time. Like, we just got off the cusp of Gokaiger. And then you get this. It's like, oh my God, like Toei loves us. Oh my God. And it's like, and then this is what you give us when you give us Beast Morphers. It's like, ooh. Like, okay, I guess. Like, and not to say anything bad, because I really do appreciate the work that the actors put in, because you even got Rory up there shimmying like a capo in the first episode, like, which he did say he did that on purpose. Like, so I appreciate all the work and the thought that the actors put into it, but it's just like, damn, really? Like, shame.
It's
so
human. Yeah.
Oh, don't do that. There are some things that I can appreciate, but that is not one of them. No. Now, coming at number 15, we had Mystic Force for 59 points. The only thing good about Mystic Force was Dark Wish.
And Chibera Magic, right? I love that whole thing.
Yeah, that was Dark Wish.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
That was it.
That was it.
That was the best part.
It was that one got pretty. That was pretty low on mine. It was 19 on mine. It wasn't as bad as what I heard it to be, but it also wasn't very good. I like Madison, but they didn't do anything with her at all.
Literally, like Madison was probably one of the best characters, and she did absolutely nothing. Well, I'm not gonna say absolutely, but like she got like the least development
just about
out of everybody.
Yeah. It's oh god. Udana was cool. I wish that she could have been a ranger more than the little bit that we got in the first episode.
Well, child of Korag wasn't jacking her all the time and would give her snow staff back, she probably would be a ranger.
Mm-hmm.
That mug had her snow staff for half the season.
Yeah.
He robbed her ass on the first episode. I was like, well, damn. Like, how you rob her?
It was kind of cool, and I didn't expect to find out that Korag was Liambo, and he and Udana were a thing, and they had a son who ended up being a Red Ranger. I didn't expect that.
But they dragged the shit out of it, though.
Yeah. Who was? Oh God, Phineas was disgusting but funny.
Loved it,
and I liked their I like their boss at the record store.
Yes, him too.
He was great. I did like him.
And I liked like what they tried, some of the things that they tried to do with the characters. You know, they're regular teenagers who just got their wand morphers, so they're like, you know, kind of witches and warlocks in training in a sense. It was Dark Wish the episode where they were like abusing their power?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. See, that is the only thing I freaking remember.
Remember how they had to go to Tribunal of Magic in order to reverse everything?
And then Muggs was like, no.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which I enjoyed. They was like, well, baby, I do apologize that you came all the way out here, but no, we ain't doing this shit. And they're like, but we said what we said. And we're not changing it. Now go home.
Pretty much.
But
it's like, well, it's your fault. Ain't nobody asked you what you did. Like, how do we feel sorry for you? We don't.
We don't.
Next.
I remember the finale. That felt kind of like forced to me. Oh my God. There were people in the forest that we hadn't seen literally since maybe like the first or second episode.
The first episode.
And then they just magically come back in the last episode. And then the whole thing with them, I think them and the humans came together to fight I don't even know who the big bad was that season. Who was it?
The Master.
I don't know who that is.
Oh my God, the Master. He was like some little octopus thing that Liambo tried to push back into the ground.
I don't remember.
Oh.
Damn, I don't remember. I remember Necroli. That's it. Damn.
Yeah, he was a big octopus named the Master, formerly known as like Prince. Just the Master. I'm just like, okay, all right. Wonderful. All right, great. The Master. What's his name? The Master. What's his name? The Master. Like, that's his name.
Hell.
Like, show enough. That's his name. Like, who? Show enough. Like, I mean, that's really what it was given. It's like, okay. But no, like, honestly, I didn't really care for the finale either. The only part that I really honestly did like was when Necroli became human. And Xander was like, Lily mom is hot. And you got Vita like, Vita wanted to sop her up like a biscuit, baby. Vita was like, God damn, she hot. Like,
I mean, she is. She is.
I mean, yes, but I mean, Vita didn't have to be salivating like that. Vita was like, yeah,
it was.
Yeah. After we done, meet me at the record store. Meet me at the record store. We open at 10. Meet me at 9:30. Ciao.
Bit in a different way this time.
Okay. Listen, you can suck on my neck in a different way, honey. Ooh.
Oh.
So listeners are probably like, what is up with these guys? They're horny today. I mean,
woo, but no, like, I mean, that's pretty much is the most I can say about Mystic Force, honestly.
Oh my God. Let me step in because
go ahead.
I'm sure I'm the only person here that actually likes Mystic Force, like really likes it. So
oh, good for you. Tell us. What do you like about it?
I do. I put it number 10 on my list. Like,
yeah, I know. And I was like, what the hell? That was one of the things I was like, what is this?
Which is hard for me because I was telling Will before the show, like, I really don't have a top 10. It's kind of like hard for me to put something on 10 because I have like these 9 seasons I really, really love. And then the other ones I really like, but I'm not going to say I love. And then the ones I hate. So it's like, I don't really have a 10, but something got to go there. And it was between 2 seasons. And you know, Brennan, that they're close to each other, 10 and 11. So I was like, okay, I'm going to put this one because it's the underdog. And I like Mystic Force. I just do because I'm a magic person. So I love all this type of magic stuff. Magic Ranger is, I think, my favorite Sentai, you know, that I've seen. And
Magic
Force, Mystic Force is Magic Ranger. It's not as good. Not as good, but it is Magic Ranger. And I do like the changes that Mystic Force made. I like the idea of this magical force, you know. I like the idea of how their wands used to look and why they look like cell phones now. You know, controversial opinion, but I do like Nick. And, you know, yes,
I love Nick.
He hogs up most of the show.
I mean, he's also really hot though too. That's the reason why I liked him.
Oh my God.
Girl, no. I was not, no.
I think Nick is so hot.
Didn't do much for me.
Me either.
Like, he got all that focus, but it was like he didn't have much substance. He wasn't as bad as like a Troy, but
I mean, and I like the plot twist of him being the son to like Donna and
I did too.
Nimmo.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, I did not see that coming. I like that.
I love that. I mean, I saw it coming because I watched Magic Ranger, but I loved it.
Yeah, I did not know, but I loved it.
And like Nick won me over from like the premiere just because he was the only one that was like, I'll go in the forest, I'll help this old man. I'm not afraid of nothing, you know. And he inspired the rest of them. I love Vita for saying like, I'll go with you. Not everybody here is a coward. You know, like the way she said it, like that was like the stain in her voice. Like, yes, you know, I like these Rangers. like I said, I like the magic stuff. So I like the demons and everything and vampires and a ranger being turned into a vampire. And it's actually really cool this time, unlike in Turbo. And so there's a lot that I like. I like them. I like Udana. I love when she went to go save the Rangers when they were kidnapped and used dark magic to do it. And just told Claire to get the hell out of her way and she's not gonna help.
She sure did. She said, if you don't move.
Oh my God, Claire. I love Claire. I forgot all about her.
I love the gatekeeper. I love pretty much any interaction between Udana and Claire together. It's just
well, they were great. They were great together. I will say they were a great duo for sure.
It's just a lot.
I did like them.
I love the gatekeeper stuff. Like, you know, Miss Force had like 3 finales really, like Magic Ranger did. So I love the gatekeeper stuff. I love when they found out about Nick and defeated the master the first time. You know, it's just a lot. The finale is very rushed. It's very rushed. It's problematic, but I do enjoy some things of it. I like Nick being possessed and fighting against his dad,
which made no sense.
You know? But it made
no sense. I was like, what is this? Y'all could have took this whole part out. We didn't need it.
Yeah.
Like none of that was neaded. But it's like,
blowing
okay.
purple, shooting up the forest. It was great.
Like, why? Why? Just it
You
I'm
know,
like, whatever, y'all.
we have Rita back.
First of all, what was that? What was that? Like, no. Because I'm like, y'all could have, I understand the idea of being like, look, listen, like, we got our team over in New Zealand and they doing everything right now. Ain't no point in getting the Queen Barbara Goodson back over here. But somebody should have been like, all right, can you record over here and email like a MP3 of your voice or something? Like somebody should have done something. Because I'm like, what was this? Who is this? Like, that's not my Rita. I don't know who this is, but who is this lady?
The fact that her voice was different in part 1 and part 2.
Part 2. Both of them. It was like 2 different people recorded for her. And I'm like, what?
Incredible. Brilliant.
Like, what the hell is going? That was, I can't. No.
I love it. Did I like anything? I like Daggeron.
In particular,
I can't remember much about him, but it's Jerry Curl.
He was a frog, and then he wasn't.
Yeah, he was a frog, and then Madison kissed him, which that was the only thing that she really actually did. And she turned him into Daggeron.
Didn't even get to kiss the one she wanted to kiss.
But you could tell, though, she did kind of, I don't know whether she had a thing for him or whether she just thought he was cute.
No, she had a thing for him.
I don't know because
wait for Daggeron. Are we talking about Daggeron or Nick?
Daggeron.
Oh, you talking about Daggeron?
What?
Yeah, I'm talking about Daggeron.
We know that she had a thing for Nick.
Well, yeah, we know she had a thing for Nick, but I'm talking about Daggeron because, like, when she kissed the frog, and then when he became Daggeron, she kind of looked like, ooh. But that was it. It was just like, oh, okay. So I'm like, oh, she must have just thought he was cute, and that was it. Because I'm like,
I mean, Daggeron is cute.
I mean, a whole 6 foot something tall Tongan Jerry Curl sexy motherfucker. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, now
I think he cute too.
I mean, like, tall, dark, and handsome.
Hey, shoot. Give me a little piece of Samoan 6 foot glass of tall magic creature. Absolutely.
Right? I'm like, that's exactly what I'm asking for from Santa this year.
Okay. Listen. Madison was like, yes.
That is Donna's side piece already. That cannot.
Okay. Donna was like, so, hey, Daggeron, how you doing? Remember that game we used to play back in the day?
Brennan, it's more like, how you doing? You know?
Okay, how you doing? Girl.
I know who Nick real daddy is. That's
okay. But let's be very clear. It was definitely Daggeron. Quiet as it's kept. It was definitely Daggeron, but okay.
The wood. Okay, we know.
We know, and that's exactly why he got sent away. That's why he got sent away. So that Lee and Bo wouldn't find out. We see you, Donna. We see you. Girl.
Man, why can't we hire our men like that?
Why can't we write the show? Because I swear this storyline is so much better. Lee and Bo come back. He done healed up and everything. He ain't a villain no more. He a good guy now. He's like, yeah. So where's my son? About that. That's not your son. What? And then he turns back evil again. Like, yes. Now he ready to kill Daggeron. Like, yes, this is what we love. This is what we love to see. Drama. Absolutely. But yeah, so We got Mystic Force at number 15. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. We got another tie, y'all. Number 14. Dino Charge and Lightspeed Rescue tie at 52 points. I don't know why Lightspeed Rescue is tied right here. Like, I don't know.
What is this? Both of those seasons were like way higher for me.
I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Okay. All right. Well, personally, I think this is just me. I think it should be Lightspeed Rescue at number 14 and number 13 should be Dino Charge. That's just me.
I'll agree with that. I enjoyed I enjoyed both, but I enjoyed Dino Charge more than Lightspeed.
Same.
Yeah, Lightspeed Rescue was 18 for me, and Dino Charge was Dino Charge. Oh, I think it's at the bottom for me somewhere. Oh, yeah. Okay, so for me, 18 was Lightspeed Rescue, 19 was Dino Charge.
Good Lord.
Wow, for me, I put Lightspeed at number 12 and Dino Charge at 15.
Lightspeed was 11 for me, and Dino Charge was actually 6 for me.
Oh.
Wow.
So I ain't gonna hold y'all. Lightspeed Rescue was 11 and Dino Charge was 12.
Okay.
So yeah, I did kind of flip-flop it just now when I was like, this is what we're gonna do. Yes, I did. I did that. Yes, I did. I sure did.
It's hard for me because I really do like the Dino Charge characters. I really do like them.
Mm-hmm.
They were good. I just didn't like the storyline.
I mean, I'm okay if you guys decide to put Dino Charge above. I would prefer Lightspeed above. I like, like I said, I like magic, so I like the demons there. And I like a lot of the center action in Lightspeed. And I like Miss Fairweather.
Listen, I love her.
Okay, so here's the deal, right? Okay, so let's just go ahead. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Lightspeed Rescue, Dino Charge. Okay, so I'm not gonna hold you. Okay, I enjoyed the character. You know what? Now I'm thinking about it. Okay, we really do need to talk about this because I will say the finale of Lightspeed Rescue, that shit was fire.
One of the best. Yeah.
It was one of the best. Meanwhile, you had Dino Charge over here.
Oh, see, that sealed it. So you shouldn't have brought this up.
Right. I mean, at least the season 1 finale was good, but it doesn't count since it wasn't the end.
It wasn't the end because then we got the show coming back, and then you got the end, which was oh my God! How did I forget this? The Energems actually have the ability to control time. My guy, you knew the whole entire time, and you ain't told nobody. Oh well, yeah. See, since the Earth got sucked into a black hole, I guess now would be the perfect time. My guy, you are full of shit. Like full of it. Like the biggest MacGuffin of all time. Oh yeah, you do know that Energems can control time. Really? Really? No. And the way you destroy the black Dino Gem is by taking a whole bunch of mirrors and shining it in space. Light can travel that far.
And why does that destroy it, but the Ultrazord couldn't? Are you kidding?
Ultrazord couldn't.
But some mirrors.
Bunch of mirrors.
Please. No.
What is this? Chop. Yeah, no. Lightspeed Rescue is number 13. Dino Charge is number 14. I am sorry. I can't. No. Even though some of the stuff with on Lightspeed Rescue, some of that stuff I did kind of side eye. I did kind of side eye some of it. But like with Joel, mainly with Joel. Because I'm like, as an adult now, I'm like, Joel was a little creepy. But but even with that, I'm like, damn Dino Charge. Y'all really just, I don't know what y'all was thinking. Like, what is this?
Like, we're doing so well.
Y'all were doing so freaking well. And then this, like, child no. So, so yes, Lightspeed Rescue is going to be number 13. Dino Charge is going to be number 14. And yeah, that's how we going to do this. Any objections to that before we move on?
Oh.
No objection, Your Honor.
Because I think the next one, somebody might have a little tiffy about this next one. At number 12, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 1 with 45 points.
Okay.
Oh, I'm shocked. Okay. Never mind. Because I know how much of a ride or die you is for Season 1. So I'm just like...
It's really rough because, you know, to actually watch Season 1 back is...
rough.
If you don't have those nostalgia goggles on,
it's rough. It's hard. Yeah.
And it's hard. I feel like there needs to be an abridged list to get through it. Because I feel like once you get, you know, to Doomsday, you had those additional like 20 episodes, and there some of those, oh my god, from the unmorphed fights to the footage that they had made in Japan that fit the characters from America. That was really cool.
The Jutsu footage.
The Megazord battles, they had like, oh my god, they were mapped out like real fight scenes. Oh god, there was some good stuff, but there was a lot of messiness along with it. So I can totally understand it being there.
Okay. Listen, I'm not gonna hold you. Mighty Morphin, as the listeners have probably heard many times on this show, it's not my favorite. Like, it's just, especially Season 1, is like, as a kid, I loved it. I ate it up. Like, I literally was that kid, August 28th, 1993, sitting in front of the TV with my cereal, like, oh my God, this show is amazing. I was that kid. However, as an adult, you can't pay me. Like, I can't. Like, Mighty Morphin, it has some gems. It has some good episodes that just makes me go, you know what? I enjoy this. Like, I like this a lot. Like, they have some episodes that was like, okay, cool. But, like, for example, like the Switching Places with Kimberly and Billy, that shit is probably one of my favorite episodes, because you got when they go into their cockpits and Billy is like, Kimberly, that shit was hilarious. That will forever take me out, like, all the time. Like, that episode is great. Like, there are so many good gems, but other than that, it was all over the place. There was it was just there. And I mean, before anybody gets on their soapbox and is like, well, because they didn't know what they were doing and blah, blah, blah. Listen, I hear all of that. I do. And I get it. And I trust me, I do. But at the end of the day, based off of what we have currently, what we've seen, and also this, I can still hold space, but still be able to say, no, like, it still just wasn't like, if I have to get into a certain frame of mind to be like, yeah, no. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if I got to get into a whole different frame of mind just to watch this, it doesn't age well. It doesn't. Like, it just doesn't. And the thing is, Mighty Morphin it's a damn shame that the first season doesn't age well, but Season 2 and especially Season 3 actually can still hold up on its own. So what was the problem with Season 1? I'm just saying. That's just me. Like, if Season 2 and Season 3 can hold up just fine, Because I can still cut on season 2 and season 3 and be like, okay, especially season 3, because I be cussing that TV out at Cat. Because child, I be cussing Cat out. Like, you heifer, sitting here ripping that picture of Kimberly and Tommy in half. What's wrong with you? Like, I mean, cussing the TV out, honey. So yes, I can still enjoy those 2 seasons. But season 1, I'm like, oh, child, this is a chore. This thing hurts. It hurts to get through. So yeah, I'm like, no. And I know there are so many Ride or Die season 1 fans, but I'm like, oh, child, no. And plus the fights were better on season 2 for me. Especially when they fight in the little Z putties. Those fight scenes was just so good. Especially the unmorphed ones.
Yeah.
Because you got Trini over here doing somersaults over them, even though that wasn't her. But like, you know, like
I still remember realizing that it was kind of like a shock to realize that Twee wasn't as I guess I don't know if I want to say athletic or maybe aerobatic. Oh my God, I don't know words right now. But I remember her fighting like the other Rangers did, but I think that was because I always watched White Light and it was a stunt person.
That was a different person.
And she didn't fight like that. She didn't do the flips. That was always interesting. But I loved as the season went along in season 1, like towards the end, like the fight scenes got a lot better. I feel like I'm not sure if this is the case, but I feel like the last 20 episodes, were those filmed with the beginning of season 2?
Probably. I mean, they're filming things like they film like all the time. Like they were just always filming. Like it was just like they could have been filming those at any point because like they were filming around the clock like all the time. So who knows? They could have been filming like 3 or 4 episodes in one day. Like that was their schedule.
I remember they did the filming blocks. Yeah.
So it could have been anything, honestly. I mean, to be truthfully honest with you, I will agree. The fight choreography did get a lot better. And in the case of Trini, in the case of Twee, I do remember Jeff Pruitt saying he had issues with trying to choreograph her fights because she had a particular fight style, but he mainly did karate, like those, so he could easily choreograph everybody else's stuff. But with her, it was a lot harder to do because hers is specifically kung fu. So like on season 1, where you could see more of her kung fu action, season 2, she was doing karate like everybody else. In a way, like during the scenes that you saw. Right, you only got to see it once during that episode with Wannabe Ranger. That was the only episode that you really actually saw her do her own choreography on. Because everything else, because remember the episode where they became putties? You didn't see her fight at all. But also, she was hurt. Exactly. She was hurt. So literally, like you really didn't see Twee do hardly nothing in season 2. So it sucks. It really does suck. But yeah, like it's interesting. You actually start diving in like the backgrounds of like Mighty Morphin and all that jazz. But yeah, speaking of Mighty Morphin, coming at number 11, Mighty Morphin season 2 with 39 points. Once again, I enjoyed season 2 a lot more. But honestly, too, I actually enjoyed season 2 more, mainly because of the cast. I personally, and this is just me, and I do know a lot of other people do feel the same way. Now, we are a very small collective bunch, but like, I am one of the people who do like the Stone Canyon Trio a lot more.
I'm on that team as well.
Okay, hey, welcome to the party. Come on over. Welcome to the party.
Those are my Rangers. Look, when I started becoming like a big Power Ranger fan, it was late in the game, like pretty late.
Okay.
Like I think In Space was the current season at that point.
Oh, wow.
And Fox would they had power playback and they play all these other seasons out of order. So
all the time.
I'll be watching season 2 the most, season 2 and season 3, but season 2 the most. So when I think of Power Rangers, it's their second team. Those are the Rangers for me, So yeah, I definitely prefer them,
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, you already know I prefer them anyway, so.
Oh, I'm the odd man out here. And I absolutely love them, by the way. Adam is one of my favorite Rangers of all time. But I guess for me, it's just that the nostalgia, of course, but also like the great chemistry that the original 6 had. I love them so much. For season 2, I actually, for me, that was number 7 for me. Season 1 was number 8 for me. Season 2, that is if I want to cut on an episode of Power Rangers, I would go somewhere in like that first you can't even really say first half, but before the original 3 leave, or the Return of the Green Ranger, because I love the fight scene in that one, and like some of the last episodes of season 2 have some really good fight scenes. I love what they were going for. In the very beginning of season 2, it seemed like they were trying to expand, like the whole mythos of the show. They were trying to, they had the new stunt team, and they had some amazing unmorphed fight scenes, some amazing American fight scenes, morphed in suit. Lord Zed was terrifying. It had such a nice fresh feel, and then unfortunately the soccer moms interfered and they kind of changed, they changed a bit about the season. It got kind of lighter, and then of course we had to say goodbye to our original cast members, 3 of the original cast members, and then from there it was kind of messy from there on. So many 2-parters. There was kind of like growing pains with the new Rangers a little bit, like just getting used to them. Of course, I was 4 when this happened, so it's like, oh my God, Jason, Zach, and Trini, I missed them, but okay, I'm gonna accept these new guys. But it was just like it was weird. It was like a weird transition. And I feel like they did, by I guess like the wedding episode, maybe after the wedding, it felt a little bit better to me. It felt like they kind of got a hold on it. But it is season 2. It's weird for me. That in between for season 2 is what kind of like messes it up a bit for me, but like the beginning and the ending, I really like the feeling of that.
I'm not gonna hold you. For me, the MMPR season 2, I'm definitely in the same boat as Aaron, because like I would specifically watch like power playback, especially when I knew they were doing season 2 episodes. I would purposely not watch them when they did season 1. Like purposely, like, because I just enjoyed watching that group. Like, I don't know whether it was the episodes, they were just written differently. I don't know what it was, but it was just something about that team that just I really enjoyed. Like, I really enjoyed that team. And The writing just felt better. Lord Zed was really coming after that ass. Like, I mean, he was after them. And I enjoyed watching him be evil. Like, I mean, he really actually felt like a threat versus Rita, who was just like, I'm just gonna send a gigantic pig to eat all of your food. Like, ha ha ha, watch me be evil. Like that was what it was. But Lord Zed was like, no, I am going to literally create monsters out of things you love and have them go after you. And they were strong. They were like actually strong as shit. And they were gonna kill you. Like that is what I actually enjoyed. Like, this mug literally made them hallucinate monsters that weren't even out there and had them beating their own asses with imaginary monsters. Like, come on. Like,
Lord Paul's reaction to that was hilarious.
Okay. They're like, why are they beating themselves up? Yes. Like, Lord Zed was like legit like a good villain. And the fact that I don't know, it was just, yet toning him down was like the worst thing they could have ever done. Because it was just like, just imagine him legit. Like, now granted, don't get me wrong, they did do some cool things, because like obviously the whole marriage thing with him and Rita was kind of comical at times. But I'm not even gonna hold you. Sometimes that just got stale. It was like, okay, y'all, we get it. I mean, it's great, whatever. But like, okay, but I really do enjoy Lord Zed as a villain, and season 2 really did make him like a formidable threat and like a formidable villain. So I enjoyed it. Like, I really did enjoy season 2. I really have nothing bad to say about it. It was just to me, it was just better. It was the better one between season 1 for me.
I agree with that as well. I mean, on my list, both of them, all of Mighty Morphin made my top 10, but season 2 is number 8 and season 1 is number 9. I prefer season 2, obviously, but I like them both. Season 2 is definitely my childhood. I love it. Lord Zed is my favorite, villain of all the Power Rangers. I love Tommy as White Ranger, and
you can keep it.
I love
you can keep it.
I love the hoodies. I love a lot about this season, and there's so much nostalgia with that season. All the multi-parties, the white light and the wedding. I really do love the fact that Lord Zed and Rita got married. I really do like that. And what else happened? There was another part of Return of the Green Ranger, of course, and that fight that Will mentioned. I love that, the white and Green Ranger throwing down. That was awesome, especially for that time. Like, that was
so like surreal to see. That was so cool. And the Unmore fight scene in that episode was so freaking cool. Yep. I loved Adam doing the butterfly twist. Oh, it was so awesome.
So good. But yeah, there's just so much, for me, just the love for as a child, and it still holds up to me today. Like, I can see the flaws as an adult, but I just don't care because I love it.
Same.
And I love the mutiny. I love Lord Zed's appearance. It's all amazing. And like with season 1, the most well-known episodes, of course, involve Tommy, but I love them. Greenwood Evil, Green Candles, Return of an Old Friend. But of course, there's all those other episodes in there. Tommy or not, they're just great. I Guy. Happy Birthday, Zach. It's just all these things that have such an influence or a hold on my heart as a kid, and it still has that hold, so Mighty Morphin is special to me. It always will be.
I agree. I forgot to mention my absolute favorite Power Rangers episode of all time was from season 1, Mighty Morphin Mutants. I love that episode so much. Oh God, and then the Gangsta Kruzab spoof, one of the first YouTube videos I ever saw. song. Which
God.
like it is not for the people listening, it is not like
not the kids, not safe
so
word.
not only that, but not socially acceptable.
See,
anymore.
it's so long ago. I don't even know what it said, but I do remember how raunchy it was. So.
It says
it was a
some
lot.
shit.
It was a lot.
Yeah, it's not politically
it was legit
correct at
a lot.
all.
But no, for real, like I can agree with all of this. Like I said, like it definitely both of those seasons like definitely had some gems that still that we hold near and dear to our hearts. I just personally, for me personally, I just hold season 2 in a higher esteem. And that's also with the original cast. I don't know, it was just something about season 2 that just felt like this is Power Rangers. For me, I don't know what it was, but it was something about season 2 that was like, okay, I'm actually feeling this. But not saying that I didn't feel season 1, but to me, I don't know, it just holds up better. And then when the new cast came, I just felt like it hit different. It was like as soon as they came, it was like, yeah, this is it. This is it. This is it for me. Because that cast, they really, like, I don't know what it was between Rocky and his just goofy ass, and Adam and his like smooth ass martial arts, but him just kind of being all like, okay, I get it. I'm like, but then you got Aisha over here like running shit. I'm just like, yes, God, like I'm here for it. So I don't know. Like I enjoyed it. To another tie. Coming at number 10, SPD and Turbo with 37 points. I'm just gonna throw this out here. Which one of y'all want? Like, who should be at number 10 and who should be at number 9?
Turbo probably should be at number 10, but I like it better than SPD. But SPD, of course, is the better, quality wise. So I would say Turbo 10.
Definitely go and say Turbo 10, SPD 9. That's fine with me.
It's fine with me too. I mean, the Turbo finale kind of carries it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
I
like SPD. SPD is not perfect, but I do like the characters, and like some of the dialogue is just really smart, you know, and we don't have dialogue like that anymore. You know,
we don't.
You know, for how the characters interact with each other and talk with each other, we don't have that anymore. We're probably never going to get it until like the non-kid show anyway. So
right,
yeah, but I mean, I'm okay with Turbo being over SPD just solely for that finale alone. So.
I mean, listen, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, the best part about Turbo was the finale for me. Like that was the best part. And that's not really saying much. But like it did have like the best part about the finale literally was the fight in the command center.
Yeah.
Like that just like to watch the command center actually be destroyed and be destroyed for real. Like there was no coming back. There was no extra little command base underground. No, like that hole was gone. So it was like to actually see that and it be solidified like, oh, this is over. I'm like, oh, snap. You know, like that was actually really interesting to see. So I do like that off its merit alone. But Turbo just ain't know what she wanted to be in life. And I feel like that's the reason why I'm perfectly fine with putting Turbo at number 10 and SPD at number 9. Because at least, yes, SPD was a little bipolar at some time. She ain't know what she wanted to be, hot or cold. She ain't know. But Turbo, at least SPD tried to hide it. Turbo was like, girl, I have a whole different storyline that I'm doing. And then as soon as new people came, oh no, we ain't doing none of that no more. this is what we're doing now. And it's like, what? Like, it was just so much stuff that they literally built literally ended. Like, as soon as the new cast came, it was just like, what happened to Demetria's sister? We don't know. We don't care. We got new cast. Like the Millennium Message. What was the message? I don't know, but look at the new kids. Woo-hoo! It's like, so they dropped everything. So we still don't know what the Millennium Message was. We still don't know.
Yeah, we just have to assume,
We just have to assume.
We don't actually know.
We don't actually know. And the gag is like, I mean, obviously the Millennium Message, it was the Turbo, the new kids. Yeah. Like it was them. But still, it's like, they just, like, damn, y'all. like, damn. Like, y'all really just said, fuck it. Like, that's really what you said. You were just like, fuck it. We're just going to do something completely brand new and hope nobody notices. No, we noticed. So, yeah, I have to be honest and say, yes, SPD is going to be over Turbo. Just in that regard. But I did enjoy Turbo. I'm not going to hold you. I did enjoy it.
I like both of these seasons. But I would, I'll go ahead and give SPD the leg up. Just, they had a lot of good actors in SPD.
Yes,
like a lot of, and there's a lot of episodes I really did like. It's a good season. There's episodes of Turbo, of course, that I like as well. Besides the finale, there's a lot I can pick out. But yeah, SPD, I do think it has the leg up on Turbo, especially because of Turbo's first half. So I'll give SPD. I like what they were trying to do. We're in the future, kind of, sort of, and we have aliens running around. And I really like Dr. Kruger, one of my favorite Rangers. Cat Manx. I like the little how Broodwing got pissed because people weren't paying for his stuff. And
Mug was like, if y'all don't start paying me, we gonna have issues.
I know. I'm gonna conquer this planet just to get back. I love it.
Okay. Y'all got me in a deficit.
SPD, I'm okay with that because they're neck and neck on my list anyway. So
okay.
Cool.
There was a substantial gap between those two for me. I did 14 for SPD. I actually did 5 for Turbo.
5 for Turbo. I was like, damn.
Yeah, that's another one. Like, if I just want to see an episode or a fight scene, I'll go to Turbo because they gave us more fights, and I love both casts. I love the Turbo movie. I still love it.
They were not pulling punches, baby. They just weren't. They were letting the Rangers have it, honey. Especially poor Cat. Because I'm like, damn, if Cat get punched in the stomach one more time, like that poor baby was getting thrown through the ringer, honey. And they were going after her on purpose. Like, it was just like, yeah, we know she the weakest. Get her. Like, it was like, damn, really?
Oh man, I loved, of course, seeing Nakia Tanya fight. She's so awesome.
They ain't want no smoke with her. They ain't want no smoke. They ain't want it.
Oh god, the passing of the torch I thought was a fun episode, or a fun 2-parter to explain why the newbies were coming on. I love the introduction of TJ and Cassie. I felt they earned their spots. Now I don't know why Ashley and Carlos got their spots, but I felt like
we can understand why Carlos did. We can understand why Carlos did. But Ashley, let's be for real. Tanya ain't knew nothing about that girl.
Yeah.
Tanya ain't knew nothing about it. It was just like, Tanya. That's why I love your video so much, Aaron, because I'm like, it's true. It's legit true. Tanya was like, okay, y'all sending me home by, all right, fine.
Like, no scenes together.
None. She never met the girl. Except for that one time where she was like, "Can you take these kids to safety?"
Yeah.
That was it. That was your first and last interaction with this poor baby. And you had so much to say about her. Girl, bye. You ain't knew nothing about this girl.
For real, she had a whole lot, Ashley, your integrity and blah, blah, blah. Like, what? You don't know.
You show compassion and integrity, Ashley. I choose you with pride to be the new Yellow Ranger. You ain't know her.
With pride.
You don't know her. Girl, you don't know this girl. You don't know this girl from Adam House Cat, and you talking about you show pride and you show integrity and all this stuff. Girl.
She only said what was it now? Demetria? Whatever. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't really think she.
Demetria gave her script and said, just repeat it. Just repeat what I tell you.
Exactly. Just repeat what I tell you. You don't need to know her.
You don't need to know her. Just repeat
ceremony.
Demetria ain't shit.
Ooh.
Like, how the hell are you gonna wait till the veterans leave to stop talking in questions?
Right.
Then your ass is going to say, on the finale, I'll go and fight. Save Zordon. Her ass left Earth and went somewhere else.
She sure did.
She abandoned them.
She sure did. She left Earth and said, "Bye, y'all. This shit getting too crazy, and I am not about to be Zordon. Nope, y'all ain't gonna kill me. Peace out."
Yeah, and we never saw her again.
I think honestly, I do think Demetria bailed on them. I do. I think she bailed, but either or, whatever. Coming in.
Oh my God! Wait! One more thing. I fucking love Divatox. That's my girl. That's one of my favorite villains. She's freaking hilarious. I loved her. Hillary Shepard's version. I didn't hate. I didn't dislike
Carol Hope,
but Hillary Shepard just amazing. Like, she legitimately hilarious. I love her.
Yeah, that Divatox is one of my favorites as well. And I remember listening to her interview, Hillary Turner's interview with what's them two ladies, Nakia and
Catherine.
Yes, their little YouTube channel where they did the interview, and how she what's the word that I'm looking for? Brennan, you're an actor. Where they make it up on the side. What's the word I'm looking for here? Improvise. Okay. Yeah, she does that a lot. And I feel like looking back on Turbo, like, yeah, some of these lines I don't think they would have wrote. You definitely can't.
No. They ain't that crafty. They ain't that crafty. They would have never wrote that. They would have never written that. Nope.
Yeah.
But
I love her. Brilliant.
Wow. But no, coming in at number 8, we got Time Force with 34 points. Come on. It's Time Force.
Rightfully so.
So.
For sure. It didn't get that high on mine. It got 13 on mine. Like, an abridged version of Time Force is amazing. The good episodes were great, but there was a good amount of filler in there. And that kind of bogged it down. And the fact that they didn't really do much with Katie, Tripp, and Lucas kind of hurt it.
Oh yeah, that was a crime.
Especially Tripp and Katie.
Yeah. I mean, like, not even Tripp. Katie. Can we talk about Katie? Like, I mean, they just said, look, she's the strong, nice girl. Next. Like, I mean, that's literally what they did, because that girl ain't had hardly a single episode, and all the episodes that she had, it was just like, okay, all right, and great. And that was it. Like, I mean, there were nothing stand out about them. It was just kind of like, oh, okay, cool.
Well, it didn't stand out to you. What's wrong with me? That wasn't stand out.
Oh my God.
Don't do this. Don't do this. What's wrong with me? I'm afraid I can't go home, but I have to stay and fight. Like,
and
okay,
the Emmy
girl.
goes too.
And the Emmy goes too. Girl. Child. And this is no shade to Deborah at all. Like, Deborah did her thing. But it's just like, they really were just like, girl, you just here. You just here. That's all. You just here. Like, our focus is Jen. And we're going to make that obvious. Like, we're going to make that painfully obvious. Like, we're mainly going to focus on Jen. Even though Time Yellow actually was like a key factor in the show. Like, he had a key storyline in the show. But, of course, they did not give that to her. So it's like, well, damn. Y'all really didn't want this black woman to overshadow this white woman, huh? Yeah, I see y'all. I see you, Savon. I see you. Moving right along. We got another tie, y'all. MMPR, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 3 and Lost Galaxy tied with 28 points at number 7. So once again, which one? Which one will be 7 and which one will be 6?
Can I just say that I am disgusted that neither one of them made the top 5?
Were they close?
Not
it's close.
Damn.
Almost doesn't count. All right. Well, Brendan, you know my list, so you know that I'm most likely going with season 3.
Yeah.
This, interestingly enough, mine 10 is Lost Galaxy and 9 is season 3. So I'm gonna have Lost Galaxy lose this one. So
listen,
Lost Galaxy had a lot of filler. I'm
not even gonna hold y'all. I did put season 3 for me. I did put season 3 above Lost Galaxy. I did, but I had season 3 at number 8 and Lost Galaxy at number 9. But yeah, sorry. Like, but at least season 3 is above Lost Galaxy. At least. I mean,
season
listen,
3, they finally figured it out, and
they figured out their stride.
They were writing.
They were giving us Degrassi, honey. They was giving us Degrassi beats, and I'm here for it. Like, the drama. First of all, it was the Kimberly show. Let's not trip. Like, it was definitely the Kimberly show. But it was just the beats. Like, I mean, they were not playing with us. Like, they were really giving us the drama, and I'm here for it. Like, I loved it. Like, season 3 really like made Kimberly become the boss that she ultimately became, because sis was like losing her powers every 5 minutes, but I'll be damned if she wasn't out there like trying to fight. You know, so I mean, I loved it. I have to give season 3 its props. Now let's be very clear. Lost Galaxy also had Kendricks, who will always go down as one of the best Pink Rangers, in my opinion. Just because she sacrificed her life and, you know, did something that nobody else could, that it took the whole team almost 40 something episodes to do, which is save Terra Venture. Like, I mean, like, Kendricks is the boss. So I don't know. Like, me personally, I definitely do give like season 3 more clout than Lost Galaxy for sure. So that's just me.
I mean, yeah, season 3 is just when stuff got real. You know, it just, like I said, the writers kind of really knew what to do at this point, and they started expanding the Power Ranger lore a little bit, you know, with actually explaining where these power coins come from.
Right.
You know, and then they introduced the Zeo Crystal, which is still being used today, like in the comics and in the most recent movie and stuff. You know, and they have all these multi-parters that I just love. I love Ninja Quest. I love Rio.
I love it.
You know, I love different shade of pink, changing of the Zords, you know, a Ranger Catastrophe, Master Vial showing up. Like, I love all of this. I love
Cat became a monster wearing a whole lingerie set, and I'm here for it. I am here for all of it.
Like,
I love Cat's an introduction. I really liked that, and I really liked her journey to becoming Kimberly's replacement, and I appreciate it because I did not remember that as a kid, and they really gave her a lot as an introduction.
Cat as an evil spy, I love it.
Okay, I loved all of it. Like, Cat was she was everything. Like, I have to give Catherine Sutherland her credit where credit is due. Like, she did that. She really did.
Yeah, because she made me hate her. I hated her.
I hated her. I was like, I want to fight her. Like, yo, like, meet me outside, Cat. Meet me outside. Like, I was so upset with her. Like, oh my God, as a kid, I wanted to fight her so bad. I'm like, somebody take her out.
I didn't hate her as a kid. Like, when she first turned from that cat into like a regular human being and she threw her hair back, I kind of fell in love. I was like, you know what? She ain't that bad.
I can't. Don't do this.
I just thought she was so beautiful. I'm always Team Kim, but I didn't hate Cat. And I'm like, she was the most interesting to me when she was evil, to be honest. So,
I mean, they always are. They always are.
That's true.
They're a lot more
evil is more fun.
Evil. Yeah, exactly. They're a lot
felt like it took so long for her to really get anything after that. Like, I'd say Turbo for me was the next time that Cat really got to have some stuff of her own to sink her teeth into and not just be, drooling after Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because she really did became Tommy's little pet during Zeo. Like, I mean, that's really her point in Zeo. Which is sad. I mean, yeah, she got stuff to do, and she did fight Archerina on her own, which was cool. But Turbo was when she really became Cat. Like, she really had like a real personality. Like, she really became the person that she was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed that. Unfortunately, we only got 18 episodes to see it, but like, I enjoyed who she became. So yeah. Coming in at number 5, we have Ninja Storm with 27 points. That sounds about right for me. Like, I enjoyed Ninja Storm.
I did too. It wasn't quite that. It wasn't quite that high for me. It was 12 for me, but I loved that season. The cast was awesome. They all could act. They all could be funny. I liked Lothar. He used to crack me up. I thought it was a solid season. The camp didn't bother me, and I felt like they got the camp right.
Oh yes, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Ninja Storm is number 5 on my list. It's one of my favorite seasons. It saved me to be back in this fandom.
Same here.
Because after Wild Force, I like, like I said, like, Power Rangers it's too childish. I'm not coming back. And then Ninja Storm came out, and like, they're ninjas and this looks cool. And I think this was around the time that Naruto was showing in America. And I was already watching Naruto, and I'm like, okay, so the Rangers gonna be ninjas too, So I was like, okay, cool. And I checked this out, and I loved it from the premiere. It was just so funny. Like, the jokes were on point, and it just continued throughout the entire season, just being funny, kind of poking fun at Power Rangers, but also feeling like classic Power Rangers. Like, it feels like an updated Mighty Morphin. Like people say with Donna Thunder, I think Ninja Storm feels like an updated Mighty Morphin 2. It feels
does.
like a mixture of season 1 and 3, where like season 3 were like they were this big evil family on the moon. It feels the same with Lothar and his people.
Yeah.
And I love the villains in Ninja Storm. I love everybody in Ninja
Mara and Capri will always go down as some of the best villains ever. Like, they are some of the funniest villains of all time, in my opinion. Like, Though, and then just for them to like actually come up in the finale and be like, no, we actually are competent and we are actually our badasses. It's like,
the biggest.
Are you for real? Like the biggest gag of it all. It's like, oh, so y'all really were playing the whole time. Like y'all really are actually badass. Oh, okay. So like I enjoyed that. Okay. Okay, because the way they destroyed old dude at the end, I'm like, oh, gag. Gag. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So yeah, Ninja Storm definitely. I hate when people be like, oh, Ninja Storm isn't that great. Because I'm like, really? Like, yes, okay, the jokes were ridiculous sometimes. Like with poor Blake talking about some, you know what? And this isn't even butter. It's artificial flavoring. And he's like kicking the butter. Like, yes, stuff like that is silly. But it was still something, there was still something so classic and so funny about it that to at least to me, that still had that charm of like Power Rangers, and it wasn't so obscenely stupid like Ninja Steel with its fart jokes and all that dumb shit. Like it wasn't that, but they actually were being funny. And that's why I really feel like Ninja Storm it really, to me, encapsulated what Power Rangers really is. To me, like it really did. Mm-hmm. So that's why I agree with it being in the top 5. I agree. Now, here is where I don't agree. Uh-oh. Number 4, Zio with 19 points. What the hell? Really? And I looked at some of y'all know. Yes, I wanted Zio at number 1. Zio belonged at number 1. And Zio is number 4. How dare you?
It was number 3 for me.
I'm looking at a certain somebody. You know who I'm looking at.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, wait a minute. What did Lena put it as?
I'm looking at Lena too. Both of y'all. Lena had Zio at 9. You got Zio at 6. I'm like, what?
Okay, so it's not completely my fault. So that's why.
I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like,
I don't care for Zio like that.
I was so hurt. I'm like, Zio deserves better. It deserves better.
You know what? The seasons I picked deserve better too.
That's right.
Listen, I feel like we agree with everything else. It's just Zio that just broke my heart. I'm like what?
Exactly, Brady. You can't have it all.
Ugh.
If season 3 in Lost Galaxy ain't in the top 5, then you just gonna have to deal with this.
Fine, whatever. You know what? I don't even care no more. I'm moving on. I don't care. Shoot. Y'all make me mad.
I love y'all though. I love it.
Both you, I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. But no, moving on. Like number 3 is a tie once again. Dino Thunder and In Space with 14 points.
Dino Thunder was 4 for me, and In Space was number 2 for me. Oh God, those 2 seasons. I feel quality-wise, Dino Thunder is probably the better season, but just on the scale of like legendary Power Rangers moments, In Space. We had that cast for a while. This was most of their second season. The whole Astronomer and Andros thing. Of course, Countdown to Destruction. Amazing finale. Adam's return was so cool, and seeing him morph as the original Black Ranger again.
Yes.
I remember watching that and being like,
gag.
Yes, like what? Like
gag.
what? Oh, so cool. And then just like the Rangers, I was in love. I was in love with that cast.
They were like both. Oh, here's the deal. Both of them are good casts. Like, there's no denying that. Like, both of them were extremely, really good casts. Like, they're like, I mean, there's no denying that. But I do feel like the Turbo team did come into their own in space. Like, they were solidified in space. Which, like you said, they were already there and we got to know them. And not only did we get to know them and we grew with them, like, they actually became like it was like watching the underdogs become like the big dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was like the biggest payoff for a team was the in-space team. And that's why so many people love the in-space team, because it's like nobody gave a shit with them in Turbo. Like, I mean, let's just be for real. Like, nobody gave a shit. Like, people don't even acknowledge Turbo. It's literally Zeo in space. Like, people don't even acknowledge this. Even though Turbo was a fun season, they don't acknowledge it. And they only just think of in space when they think of those particular characters. So, I mean, to be truthfully honest, at the end of the day, listen, I would neither one I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind neither one. With like either Dino Thunder or in space. Like, I wouldn't mind, because both of them were like actually fantastic seasons. Both of them were great. Like, I mean, you got Kira with Freak You Out. Like, she had the bops. Like, I mean,
I loved her songs. Like,
I love all her songs, even though Emma hates them. But I love them all.
It hurt me that she hates her songs. Like, I love them.
I love them. I am the sister with the twist in the background dancing every time I hear Freak You Out. I am her. Like, listen, like I'm her. So I'm just like, but yeah, like Dino Thunder, the only thing that to me, I would probably say Dino Thunder would probably be at number 3. The only thing that kind of killed Dino Thunder for me was the fact that they didn't do anything with Kira and Trent. That's probably what hurt it the most for me.
Me too. You build that up and then all of a sudden it's just over.
It's over.
I oh my God. What the nail in the coffin was when she was talking about the prom and he was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't going to ask her.
I'm like, so are you going to ask her or not? Like,
I was like, oh, okay.
They were just done.
Like, it's like, okay, so
I feel like that was his way of ghosting her.
He did. Like, he straight ghosted her.
Yeah, and like you established that these two like each other, and then you just end it. At least Blake and Tori in Ninja Storm. There's too many ninjas. Ninja Storm. It seemed like they unofficially got together, but they just stopped with Trent and Kira. That bothered me.
Well, shit, they didn't even acknowledge each other in that team up, though. They did not acknowledge each other.
Yeah,
it was just kind of like, oh, hey, all right, bye, girl.
They probably broke
and that
up
was the
end. That was my headcanon. They got together at some point late in Ninja Storm, and then by the team up in Dino Thunder, they broke up.
Well, you could tell because like something had happened. You could tell. Like
they didn't interact really. Yeah,
they didn't.
No, it wasn't like they not even just that they interact. It was the way they sort of like gave each other that weird like we're pretending like nothing happened, but we have to do this for the greater good.
I don't know. Like for me, it
just
for me it was just like they didn't know each other. Like, it was just like...
Really? No, whenever there's a team up, they don't know each other. Remember Catherine and Tommy and their son JJ? They did not know each other.
Well, no, that's different because literally, like, Kat didn't even acknowledge she even had a child. Like, it was Tommy who was like, I don't even know if that's even their child.
And then remember Kat and, like, Rocky? There was no acknowledgement there either.
Heck no. Mm-hmm. I mean, who would want to acknowledge Rocky? Come on. Not just joking. But
okay, hey, Trent and Dr. Oliver.
Child. I mean,
remember, he was his whole mentor. Like
his whole mentor. Child.
And he was
right.
he was
Damn, I
the
forgot.
godfather to like Trent, remember?
Yeah.
So like,
And
How the hell did I forget? And that's what we're talking about. Oh my
like,
god.
I'm just saying. All I'm saying
Just
is
saying.
like, they all somehow seem to have this memory wipe that they even know each other.
because they don't.
Because they
They
don't.
don't.
Catherine and Tommy did not have a child together. It was a child, but it's not their child.
Just not their child. That's the new headcanon, y'all. That's the new headcanon. We're going with it. We are going with it, okay?
Maybe it's not even that Catherine from that dimension. It's a different one.
Okay. Not even the same people. Not the same people. But all right. And finally, last but not least, RPM at number 1 with 11 points.
Woohoo!
I think RPM was number 1 for like majority of all of y'all lists, except for mine. It was number 2.
Oh,
I love RPM.
what was number 1 for you?
Zio!
Obviously. Obviously.
Duh, my
Like,
bad.
Will, where have you been? Where have you been? Wow.
I was thinking that it was unanimous for RPM.
No. No.
RPM was not number 1 for me either.
I'm surprised at yours. I was like, excuse me?
Who's yours, Aaron?
Nostalgia beat out RPM by like 6 other seasons.
Okay, I was gagged. I'm like,
here. What was yours?
MMPR season 3?
Yes,
really?
That's right.
Wow. I was like, okay.
That's right. Number 1 is season 3, and number 2 is Lost Galaxy. I love those seasons. I love them. You know, flaws and all. I love them. Season 3, I feel like is why I'm a Power Rangers fan today. You know, I just love it. Like I was just so interested in all those multi-parters and everything. I love it. And Lost Galaxy to me has some of the best written episodes in Power Rangers. It's just good. You know, episode where Mike lost his powers, the episode he got his powers, you know, like the episode
Mug was floating in space. He should have been dead. This Mug is floating.
But the Morphin Masters took pity. So, but like I just love so much about Lost Galaxy. I love the Magna Defender. I feel like Lost Galaxy had a troubling start. But around the time that the Magna Defender showed up, it started getting better. And then once he died, like once they finished the Lights of Orion arc, they were pretty much golden in my view. Like once we got done with that bad taste in our mouth, we're fine.
Yeah.
I love the chase to get the Lights of Orion where they got in the little jet jammers and they were shooting stingrays in space. Then it went back and that red monster got the lights. It's just great. I love it. I love Lost Galaxy. It has like one of the best team ups of all time. It has Karan becoming a Power Ranger. Like I love it.
Well,
but the season we own right now, though, which is RPM.
Yes, RPM.
You know, I love RPM. Objectively, it is better written than most of these seasons. But nostalgia will win the day at the end for me.
I hear that. That's why I said Zio. What? You know, it's whatever. I can't argue with RPM though. I can't. I mean, RPM, like we said, is probably the best written season of like all of these. Like it really is by far. So yeah, I mean, they had a great cast, best written season. Like you can't go wrong. Like it just. It really is one of the best. So if you guys agree with our list, then please let us know. If not, sorry. I know many people won't, but hey, listen, it is what it is, right? It is
what it is. And you know what? We all have difference of opinions, and that's what's great about them.
Exactly. So,
I feel like this is going to be one of the times where we get like a lot of, you know, the differing opinions. Like somebody's going to curse us out.
Listen, and you already know I'm ready.
I was just
like, come with me.
Be ready. He'll be pulling
It's like
out
I'm just playing. No, I'm not.
all the stops. All the stops. The sword, the nunchucks. Like, I don't even know. He's got a whole hat.
I cannot. But y'all, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you all so much for being so supportive this year. It's been a great 100 episodes. We are definitely gonna be back next year. We have some new things coming up for you. Some new, a new look. We have a lot going on. So just keep following us, keep supporting us, and we'll see you in 2022. My name is Brandon.
My name is Lena.
And I'm Will.
And I'm Aaron.
And we will see you next year. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.